All right. Hi everyone. I'm back here tonight with essentially a updated version of the list. I last for the last week or so, I've been messing around with a glimpse list with Fiend Artisan. Played a few leagues with various permutations, uh, and I don't think ultimately the deck building constraints of Glimpse of Nature is worth it. Um, I think it is a strong card, but the problem is uh, it kind of goes against the overall direction that the rest of the deck wants to play, which is a more aggressive, faster to the board approach. Whereas Glimpse, you kind of need cards in hand. Waterwood Symbiote is nice to bounce creatures to recharge a glimpse, so to speak, or to power up a glimpse. The problem with that though is the I think the dorks that we play can be elves. The bigger issue though is it's not particularly good if you don't have glimpse. From what I've noticed, we can play Elvish Visionary and like move Snuff out to the sideboard, but I'm not sure like all of this deck building constraints is ultimately worth it. So after a few leagues, I think I've come to the conclusion uh, that just being a Fiend Artisan mid range deck is better. You still have the combo kill of Natural Order or Artisan Green Sun Zenith for Cradle Hoof. That's powered up by Cradle. Also, I know one of the critiques of this version of the deck is you're a little bit weaker to Opposition Agent and Grafdigger's Cage. I think I've come to the conclusion that between Grist to handle Opposition Agent 2 copies and 2 copies of Baseju, both of which can be found off Once Upon a Time, Baseju handling Grafdigger's Cage and just random things like Humility. Yeah, I would say Fiend Artisan is fits closer in a glimpse list because it at least is a creature that helps for Cradle and like can draw up force and things like that. The problem is I think glimpse the deck building criteria is as of right now, not that it's impossible, but is a little bit too high for what we want, and I'm not sure it's worth it. Right, like you make yourself a little bit weaker to playing engineer by playing more elves instead of ignoble and noble. That's not the end of the world. Like I don't think that's a deal breaker by any stretch of the imagination. I just don't know if like I think the way the deck is built is it naturally beats some of the hate cards against us already because of the insulation from Gris and Baseju. So I just don't think you know trimming on some of these cards just to fit in Glimpse is worth it at this moment. Doesn't mean I think Glimpse is bad per se. I just think the problem is the deck building requirements and some of the play patterns are a little bit awkward. Um, Most notably that you know Cradle, Natural Order, Fiend Artisan all want to play to the board, whereas Glimpse kind of you want to have cards in hand. Um, I think the other change is it's a change that was recommended by Jay Off in my Discord. It's something I've been thinking about ever since Callum Smith posted, that Fairy Macabre has now outpaced Leyline of the Void as the graveyard premier graveyard hate of choice, right? In Magic Online settings. I think the main reason for that I mentioned in my Discord is it's better against specifically Cephalid Breakfast. In a Once Upon a Time build, you get some ancillary benefits to it, namely being able to find it off Once Upon a Time or growing it a Fiend Artisan, which may be relevant for combat or against like red base removal, for instance. But I guess outside of that, it's like mostly fringe other benefits. I've cast it to block a flower before, things like that. But I think without further ado, I don't want to spend too much time on it. I think the flex spots are definitely still the opposition agent main deck. If you play a lot against a lot of creature decks in your meta game, the force snuff out is like reasonable to play main deck. I just don't want to accidentally lose to some of these control decks because I drew like 2 snuff outs and I drew like the collector oof or something like that. All right, we'll go ahead and start. Romario will be joining us later. He is running a little bit late, and but he should be coming by to hang out. Oh, we're playing against Mike, friend of Kern here from the Portland group. I don't love it, but I think I just keep. I think we might just get Fury. The last time I played against Moon Snobby, which is a couple days ago, I did not even cast a spell game one because they went turn one Trinisphere, I just lost on the spot, right? I won game two, and then game three I whiffed off of what is it called? Once Upon a Time for a one drop, and couldn't had to get back to tempo, so to speak, right? I think that's why I kind of like the six mana dorks. I value consistency a lot. Oh, this is aggressive Fury here. I think I'm okay with that. What did they pitch? They pitched a Blood Moon. Oh my god, that's pretty good against us. Yeah, I've accepted that Allosaurus Shepherd is unfortunately a necessary evil as long as people are trying to cheese us. Nobody's trying to play fair magic anymore these days for some reason, and kind of a necessary evil, right? I actually think a lot of times though, it's like Chalice is not what's really beating us. All right, I almost cast one of these one drops by accident, but here we go. I agree. I think they could have waited probably one turn. Sure. I think now that we know Fury's not a well, they could top deck it, but we're not a forcible deck, so we're not going to play around top decks anyways. That's actually quite good. Oh, I think here we're just going to go ahead and Fury the Caves. Yeah, that was a sick rip. There's no way around it. There's no reason to play the other land. I'm just gonna play the Arbor and pass. And now we have the initiative, right? I think we're in a pretty good spot. We gotta fade a Fury draw here, but uh oh. Sure, I think that's fine with us. And as always, for our deck, the scry is way more important than putting counters. We're not really an ag. Oh, that's insanely good. I'll bottom top. All right. I think this might just end it, right? Gris, Green Sun, Snuff Out, Cradle, I think Artisan. Yeah, that's kind of gross. The funny thing about this is I think I'm just going to pitch all of the one drops, right? Sure. The reason why I kind of did that was because stash. Unfortunately, the Blood Moon means our stuff doesn't work. We're gonna bash here. Oops, that doesn't work. What do I want here? I think I just want to. Green Sun for something relevant. Done. I guess a Gris is reasonable. It's that or the Fiend Artisan, right? The Fiend Artisan can close out real quickly too. I think what cost our opponent the game there is being overly, what is it called? Being overly aggressive with that Fury. I think they could have waited maybe one turn. Hey MCL 1988. Your username looks familiar. I feel like we just paired recently, like maybe the previous stream or something, but I could be wrong. Yeah, no, I think waiting 2 turns is asking too much. I think two is a good rule of thumb if you're not familiar with the L's matchup. But yeah, but yeah, they could have turned to the three ball for sure. I yes and no. I think the design is like pretty cool. Like I think it's cool to have like a new card. Like that's always exciting. Whether that would be good or not is a whole different story. The snuff out ironically was good there. I don't know if we want it post board. We'll see how it maps. I think the endurance is probably just better, just as a blocker. Um, we have an extra. There's engineer or there's a revoker. I don't think I love either. Revoker stops Kiki-Jiki shenanigans, or like Chromox. Maybe that's just better. It's a 2 drop. That's like doesn't need black. Yeah, I think the next set is cool. Oof. No ramp, and I don't think so. Would have been nice if I think this is like really good if we had a land, but then we put back the lands. I don't think I want to expose myself to Magus even more than already. Yeah, there's that too, right? I know there's some fatigue from people. Also, I apologize if I sound a little bit under the weather. I do have a little bit of a headache at the moment. I don't know if I'm dehydrated or if maybe I'm sick or something. There, I mean, speaking of the Magus, right? Like I said, I don't want to expose myself further because they're gonna leave in Magus against us, and I think we play this. There, well, let me see. I could revoke her here. I'm not sure that's the best thing to do. It's the most mana efficient for what it's worth. It's just I don't have a good name. I could name Chromox, I guess. Yeah. Speaking of March, you had FAU in the final four, right? No, I didn't fill out a bracket. I don't know if you're being facetious or not. But yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, speaking of the Revoker Fury right now, right? I think that's okay. We live with that. The Shepherd could be relevant. They play like a random Chalice here. Uh, I think regardless, neither of that is like great, right? Like I don't think we care really about the Shepherd or the Revoker here in this situation. What did they burn? They burn Fiery Clump. I think I'm perfectly okay with that. Uh, actually cancel. We can Grist actually next turn. I kind of like that. Instead of just like, you know. Yeah, I think we want to just set up ourselves for a Grist next turn. If they can't deal with it, we probably just win, right? That's kind of annoying. Uh, we double. I'm like slightly considering double blocking the moon, but I don't think so. It's kind of annoying though. We can grist. The problem that with that is then they kill the grist. We're a little. We can play dangerously and get the endurance, and then block the Rabble Master. That is probably living dangerously too. We can double block the Rabble Master. That's fair. Well, if we do that, we probably lose the grist, right? Like they send everybody in. We endurance here. We trade one for one. Uh, if we grist, we lose the grist. We tick up. It's even. They attack with everybody. I think endurance is actually better here. Yeah, right. Because you don't. I don't think I want to put that thing back in their deck. I think if it was, I think more creatures in the yard, I'd consider FA, but not at the moment. Sure. Don't think that we care about that. Yeah, endurance just being a 3/4 beefy body is just really nice. I suspect what's gonna happen is, what I think if I were them, I just run everything in, just force the trade. We take four in this case. I guess they don't want to lose that, which is understandable. I think here. I don't think we attack and threaten at least a double block. Don't think we attack and threaten the double block. That's a killer. Not out of it, but in trouble now. Green Sun off the top is probably our best draw. Yeah, definitely. Um, Reclaimer probably. We go to four. We could play the Arbor. The problem with that is it doesn't actually stop the Magus. I think we have to make sure. I think we have to make sure we can block Magus next turn. Oh, that's a good point. Only two. Okay, that's bad by me. I guess I didn't check. So that's a mistake. I think in that case we take the Arbor, right? That said, it still might be better. Ugh. We go to two here. That's pretty bad. I think we have to take it. Yeah. It's. I mean, we might have just screwed up too, to be honest. Because the ones could have found us a thing to stay. Well, not really, right? Da, da. We have to hope our opponent here does not attack for some reason without the Magus. We need help. Sure. Okay, so they do attack. I don't think there's an out. That does happen. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it happens. Like, I think given what we saw, I think the Revokers, it's like close between that and the Engineer, right? The Engineer can stop the Goblin tokens. Whereas Revoker didn't do anything there. Like, let's try it the other way, see how we like it. This is pretty good. I think here we play the ignoble in case we draw a Gris off the top. Yeah, that's true too. Death touch is not irrelevant. That's another thing. Sure. This deck literally has one fear, and they don't have one fear. They have two. Yeah, that's probably accurate. I think here I'm just gonna put in the endurance and hope to top deck a land. I don't want to get like Fury here and just lose the game, right? Like if they Fury my Dork here just because I'm trying to set up natural, I'd probably just lose the game. I think here we dare them to have it. And even then, it's still a 3 for 3, right, so to speak, or 3 for 2. Oh my god, I think they have it. Oh my god. Yep, that was pretty bad for us. It's not over yet, but we need to really. Ooh, that's a mistake from our opponent. That's. That's a lot of damage, unfortunately. It's they may still win because they just curved out and we didn't, right? Oh my god, that's so much damage. I don't know if we can recover from that. We go to 3 here. I mean, we have to block the Fury, right? Uh-oh. Sure. They swing all, I'm assuming. We go to 3. Our out here is we have to draw a land. I don't think I want to put anything back. We have to draw a land for Atraxa. Um, and I think there's a possibility we stabilize. But it's just, yeah, I don't. Unfortunately, you cannot really outplay your opponent, right? Like, it's just, I don't know. Oh my god. That might just end it for us, unfortunately. Let me see. The problem is we're at 3, so we have to block with one of them. Ironically enough, a Queer Ranger in the list would help here. If they swing out here with all, let me see. If I green sun for one, I still have to double block, um, which means I cannot natural order. The problem with Reclaimer is it's still a 1-2, right? Like, they're not going to be afraid. I think I'm just going to pass and just hope they mess up and not attack with all. I think we stabilized there. We drew a land, but, you know, it is what it is. Yep. Let's see. Did we? I think we mulled to 5 this game. I could be wrong. Never mind. We kept. We just got furied out of the game. It is what it is. Unfortunate. I really don't like these kind of matchups that are very polarizing. You cannot really outplay your opponent. Our opponent made a mistake too, but you know, like I said, cannot really outplay your opponent majority of the time. I'm gonna take a quick break and I'll be right back. Romario, like I said, will be joining us a little bit later. He's stuck in a meeting at the moment. That's correct, Romario from Brazil. That is correct. Um, let's see. I guess we can take a quick look at this. Not sure there was anything really we could have done. So I saw and loved your tweet about Fiend Artist Bill, but what I want to know is, do you like Dan's version of Fiend Maverick? Great question. So for those who don't know, Dan got his original list and grants from Dukes and modified it since then. Um, I think and Dukes, who has been very supportive of me and picked my brain on Fiend Artisan on a few different times. In the past 9 months or whatever it is since we started playing it. Um, he's picked. So there is some. You can see some of my thoughts in the list, but Dan, I think, what's unique about his list is he has 4 drops. I personally think I would probably play 0 to 1 4 drop. I don't think you need Plague Engineer main deck too. Regarding the list he won the challenge with, I don't think you need Engineer main deck, and I don't think you actually need the 4 drops So that potentially frees up 4 slots. I think if you want to keep at least one of those slots, that's probably fine. But I think Once Upon a Time is too good not to play, is my personal opinion. So I definitely would try to find room for the 3 copies of Once Upon a Time. I think if you want to keep some of those silver bullets, that's probably fine. I'm not sure you need it is all. And I don't think you want to risk having awkward opening hands because you drew too many 4 drops, right? I think the way the deck wins is by curving out. I like strongly believe that when you need to curve out when you're a non-blue deck. All right, so here I think our hand was like fine. It's just like a little bit awkward, right? Like we do that. I think it was correct to take out the war boss. They fury the part about this though that is awkward is they hard cast the fury. That's like really difficult for us to beat, and I think that's the reason why we lost the game. I think blocking the war boss is fine. Yeah, so they do that. Could have cost them the game, right? They should have hit the hierarch. Well, we unfortunately did not draw the land, so I think that's okay. So hopefully that answers your question. Always home. So yeah, I guess a quick TLDR is, I think his list was fine. I personally don't think you need all those 4 drops, and I would play Once Upon a Time, but hard to complain otherwise, right? Well, congratulations on the top 8, always home. I'm glad to what's it called? I'm glad you did well and appreciate the list. But yeah, I suspect also of the 4 draw. So let me cancel this real quickly. I'm gonna bring up the art. Oops, did it start? Hopefully not. Doesn't look like. Okay, so I'm gonna bring up the article that I wrote real quick. Um, yeah, there's that too. Death Knot odds. I mean, it is what it is. That's what that deck does sometimes, right? Here's the article. It's on my Patreon. I made it free this time because really I wrote this article for the. I mean, it's for everyone, but my motivation was the Maverick community because they have been asking some questions regarding Fiend Artisan, and I'm glad to see they're finally on the train. I think Fiend Artisan is just too good not to play Maverick and like a green based creature deck. Um, so here's my Patreon. It's just patreon.com slash hello Newton. I made this article free, like I said, because I think it's cool that people are interested in Fiend Artisan, and uh, here's kind of what it looks like. I mean, one of the things I like I mentioned, I hinted a little bit on the Fiend Artisan target toolbox is I don't think you actually need that many. So like for instance in our list, I only play really the Collector Oof and the 2 black Hate Bears, right? I don't really play anything else. I don't count things like Endurance, which is like a 4 of, right? I mean I can tutor for it, but that's not really why. That's not I wouldn't call that part of the toolbox, so to speak. But here's Dan's list. I think like I said, I don't think you need Questing Beast, Under Mountain Adventurer, and Palace Jailer, or whatever that is. I don't think you need all 3, and really, I don't think you really need any. Is my gut feeling. Yeah, FA is definitely completely broken if you build it correctly. Because what ends up happening is you have other creatures like Esper Sentinel and the Mana Dorks that like soak your removal. And I talk a little about this in the article, but they soak your removal so that you can untap with Fiend Artisan. And what are they gonna not do? They're not gonna bolt the bird like Heuristic's supposed to say. And I think you could play like the Grist main deck, right? Like that's I think that what I would do. I would cut the 3 4 drops. I would cut probably the main deck Plague Engineer. I think sideboard is fine, and then you can move the one Grist main deck because it plays really nicely with the rest of the deck, and then you play 3 1s upon that. That's probably how I would build it. But granted, Dan and Dukes have had much more reps with this kind of deck than I have. My only real experience with, or the closest thing to that is probably this Esper Sentinel list I played, many months ago. Like I made a joke that you can just play anything in this shell and then like win, right? And that kind of happened, right? Like I just played, Birds of Paradise, Reclaimer. There's like no elf synergy really, like just and I played like 4 S%, which admittedly I think in this league wasn't even that great, but it scares a lot of control and blue players. So there is that, right? Like it wasn't even that great for what it's worth. But yeah, that's kind of how I would build the list. And actually, here's the list. It's not included here too, but and because Inigo Runcor didn't want me to have him in the he took himself out for whatever reason. He helped me with this, but he actually had the first top 8 with Fiend Artisan. So for those of you are curious why Inigo's not here, it's because he removed himself out. He didn't want to draw attention to himself. And then obviously the cool thing is Justin ported to Vintage, for instance, and then some of these other cool benchmarks that we've hit. I didn't include everything obviously because I obviously Kern has top 8'd many legacy challenges with Fiend Artisan, and so has hey Romario, I'll bring you on right now, and so has Inigo. But I just posted the most relevant ones aside from Inigo's first top 8, which is here in September. He didn't want it for some reason, the attention. Yeah. So I kind of talk about this in the article too, where like it's really the way you build. I think a Fiend Artisan deck is I think you kind of have to be in green because mana dorks are very important, and I think you're softly in black, but not really, right? Like I think maybe you want the Gris, and whether you want more black cards is up to you. I'm gonna bring Romario on now, and he can join us. Yo, Romario, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Oh, perfect. All right, I will
Oh,
share my screen 1 second.
oh, cool. I can see your screen.
All right, can chat here, Romario?
I think you just have to go in your OBS and no, it's hold on a second. Click on OBS.
Click on OBS.
Hmm.
Okay, I will share my OBS with everyone here. Okay,
Uh, yeah, they should hear me. See the one that says desktop audio.
desktop audio.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it's all the way to maximum, so they should be able to hear me.
Okay, cool. All right. Some quick questions here. All right. Do you think mono black hate bears could use Fiend Artisan? My guess is it could work. I don't know if it's optimal, and I feel like you need some kind of recursion, right? Like, I think one of the reasons why is a little bit loud, if anything. Okay, let me see if I can tone Romario down a little bit.
Maybe I just talked too loud.
I don't think so, but let me see my settings. All right, how does that sound now?
Let me try. Let me say something so they can compare.
All right, chat, how does it sound? It sounds the same for me personally, but maybe.
Actually, yelling at me. Myself, Super Bowl.
All right,
Did you?
so
You're playing as mono red right in the first round, right?
we did. We lost games 1 and 3. If let me actually make, I think we won game 1. Yeah, we won
Mm.
game 1, lost 2 and 3. Game 2 they curved down. We just couldn't stop it. Game
Right.
3 we got furied and needed a to hit a land drop on the final turn to natural order, but
Uh huh.
did like I think we would have stabilized with Atraxa, and unfortunately we did not. So it happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so Romario, how goes it?
Pretty good.
I know for the what's it called? I was joking with Romario that so for those of you who are still on the fence about Fiend Artisan, Romario himself messaged me earlier and said that he has now purchased his copies. This is of course a paid advertisement by me.
I also bought a couple of Atraxas too.
There you go. He bought a couple of Atraxas too. It sounds like that could be for either show and tell maybe, or I don't know what deck.
I mean, one of your lists too, I guess.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
they
Like
look
for
fun.
what it's worth, the game we just played right now, if we did hit the land, Progenitus probably still loses that game, but Atraxa does not. For those keeping track at home.
Hmm.
All right, I think we
So
can go
does it
ahead and
tracks up? So Gris is a planeswalker, or is it a creature in your deck?
both. So essentially, on the battlefield, it's a planeswalker, but everywhere else it counts as both. So one
Oh,
of the
okay.
nice things about that is like technically off Atraxa, you can like get two grists off a tractor, right? One counts for the creature
Oh,
slot, and the other one counts for the planeswalker slot.
right.
So that's like one of the cool things. I think it's like not uncommon. I mean, it's not. It doesn't happen all the time, but it's not uncommon to hit five off a tractor.
No, I can see that because I mean you have sorceries.
Right, right.
Um,
Sorcery is likely to hit. The one that's kind of hard is like against a control deck, for instance. Like you board out Snuff Out presumably, and maybe you don't hit the Once Upon a Time, which is not like great either because it's like 2 mana cantrip, right? So instant part could be hard. I think sorcery is pretty consistent. Creature and land you're always pretty much gonna hit,
obviously, yeah.
and then
And
sometimes
planeswalker will be the one that's kind of maybe.
right, right. This planeswalker sometimes you hit it if you're lucky. I think on average my hit rate pre-board with Atraxa is probably like 3.5 to 4, right? Like somewhere between that. I think 5 is if you're lucky. 4 is like pretty average. I think 3 is like if you're a little bit unlucky, but I've
Hmm.
rarely ever lost, even with hitting only 3 off Atraxa. I've even won before only hitting off 2 Atraxa. I think that happened like only once or twice where I just hit creature and land, right?
Uh-huh.
It doesn't happen too often.
So his
Uh,
progeny is just off the board now that you have Atraxa.
I think so. I think the thing is like I mentioned this in my Fiend Artisan article, but
Hmm.
I don't know if you got a chance to read it all, or not, Romario, but um, it
No,
as a
not yet.
general of thumb, I don't like to go overboard with these targets for my tutors. So
Hmm.
what I mean by that is like, do, I think Atraxa covers most of the end cases where I'm not hoofing in this deck at least. I think in like a banned natural order list, I think there is like some merit for natural for progenitus. I just think
Hmm.
like between these two, you're covering most cases already. I don't want something for a very
You
corner
don't
case
you don't
situation.
even you don't even think Archon has a spot anymore versus combo?
I think Archon is more interesting than progenitus. The issue with Archon is when Inigo and I ran the numbers, and Inigo pointed this out to me. Thank you, Death Knowledge. Take care. Uh, he pointed out to me that actually Archon was winning less and less matches. Granted, some of that was because in game one, you don't have Thoughtseize to supplement your natural order, so most of the time you
Hmm.
don't. But most of the time, if you get a chance to cast natural order, it means your opponent game one has already stumbled, so hope is going to be lethal. I think Archon is better definitely games 2 and 3, where you have the time and you can just like 4 mana I win, so to speak, right, against some of these combo decks. But we decided at the time that I didn't think it was necessary anymore, and I think there is potentially some meta games like if Storm is like really popular, for instance, where Archon is like really good. But you can
Hmm.
keep it natural just for collector oof, right? Like that's a thing that could happen. So I figured between those kind of like situations, it wasn't worth it. But I think I'm more in favor of Archon than Progenitus just because the times that you lose a fair matchup with Atraxa is very few and far in between. Like I have not lost too many games, and most of those games where I've lost with Atraxa, I either misplayed or Progenitus would have lost anyways. Something like they have lethal on board, they burn me, right? Something like along those lines.
Yeah, or they have flyers.
Right? They have flyers, and then they like I don't know. I'm at 3, for instance, and then I guess it doesn't matter because like if they have dead gone or something, right? Something weird where they like essentially time walk me for 1 turn and then like attack through. But Progenitus doesn't do anything on those board states, anyways.
Hmm.
All right, I think we can start. But yeah, if you want to support my Patreon, here's I guess my social media accounts. That's not even a corner case, Sadra. It happens all the time. Like in our first matchup here, we probably win if we draw that land, right? Like we stabilize, I think. So I don't even consider that corner case. I think here I would keep. This is interesting because opposition agent is like one of our silver bullets, and I decided to play it main again because there's like less pressure with the initiative ban now, right? I don't know what our opponent's on. Also, feel free, Romario. For those who don't know, Romario has just picked up his artisans, so he's kind of a proxy
Oh,
for the Twitch chat, right? Like, if you have a
seems
question,
like
I'm sure.
Doomsday.
Huh?
Seems like it's Doomsday.
Underground Sea Ponder? Yeah, I would probably think that too, right? Or Ant,
Yeah.
maybe?
5 years ago, I'll say yes. Now I don't think so. I don't think so.
So Romario keeping it real here. Okay, I don't think that's Doomsday anymore,
Oh,
but
okay, then interesting. Is it Shadow?
I would guess Shadow, and they just happen to have the normal
The
Underground Sea
underground
in
sea in
their
their
hand.
hand. Yeah, yeah.
Right. That would be my guess now.
Okay, that's a good guess. You didn't like the Green Sun Zenith instead of the Hierarch?
No, at least especially not game one where Green Sun can be anything in your deck. I think Hierarch is better.
Okay, because they can't really kill. Well, I guess they can fatal push a Fiend Artisan, right? But
Yeah, they can Fatal Push a Fiend Artisan. That's probably like one of the few ways. Okay, it is Shadow. Few ways
yeah,
we
yeah.
can deal with Artisan.
Mm-hmm.
Oof,
Oh man,
that's not what I want to see. Uh,
you can guess is hurry, right?
I have cast this. It doesn't happen too often, but you can technically cast it.
Yeah,
I can. I think it's like less than 5 times I've done it, but definitely more than Progenis, which I will admit I have never done.
Progeny seems pretty impossible.
People have said to me that they have cast Progenitus, but my thinking is like, how many of those games would you have lost otherwise, right? Like it feels
Right.
like it's like in the middle of a glimpse chain or something like that.
I guess you can probably try to Grease and Zenith for progenitors, right? That's probably more likely. If you have two cradles, I guess you can just.
That has happened actually for me like 3 different times. And the funny thing about
Okay.
that is, two of those 3 times were like in the same week. So I don't know what happened that week, but it's just for some reason like the hoof got countered or something, and I just happened. It was like the backup plan.
Mm-hmm.
All right, they're going after my mana. Oh my god.
They have a lot of snuff outs.
I
Now
think
comes the
that's A
shadow.
their deck, but ooh.
What? That's interesting. That's interesting they decide to do that.
Yeah, Sager. That was the first stream ever. I don't know what Capone is on lately. There's rumors he's on a blue deck. But this is what rumor says. I have no idea whether that's true or not. This is a little bit awkward now. I didn't think we were gonna waste it into snuff out. Like that's definitely.
You know attack there?
I guess I could have. I don't want them playing like a big shadow. I think is the only thing. I don't think I'm scared of the Strix. It's only a 2-2 as well, Romario. I think in this is like a matchup where our line to victory is typically get a Gris or Artisan out. They usually cannot beat it.
Mm-hmm.
What are they doing here? They got another higher, sure. I think this is a scam list. Angler, alright. They're
Are
gonna
they scamming you?
sort of. I, it's kind of crazy that they had Wasteland plus 2 snuff outs, but I mean, I think they only play 3. I could be wrong. Um, that's a little bit awkward because I actually wanted to uh, ramp with the Reclaimer, but that's okay. We're gonna take a ton right now from the Angler.
You take 7 here, right?
Yeah, I think 7's a lot, right?
But I mean, you're one credit hoof away of winning, right? For winning, right?
That's true. Let's see if they have the. They're probably digging for force, right? Like, I gotta imagine. Sure.
Oh, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, that's okay. I I kind of had a feeling they were gonna do something like that. They probably take the natural order, I'd imagine. Yeah. So we take seven, go to eight. Interest. Oh, they didn't do anything. I don't know why. I guess they didn't want us to attack because the creature was really smaller, but that doesn't make any sense. So the question here is like, we jam, we lose to like anything, right? Either days or force. Uh,
Um,
I feel like we can just wait at one turn.
you just cycle the Elvish Reclaimer. I mean,
So actually, I can't even jam. They took the natural order. What am I saying? Uh, we can plus. The problem is they have the grief and the angler on board, so I can take
Engler,
the
yeah.
grist down.
Oh, actually, hold on. They can't attack with both, right? So they're gonna just attack. Well, I guess they attack with both, and it's 8 damage.
You talking about to the grief? I'm sorry, to the grist or what?
No, no, yeah, because I think if you grab Grist,
Yeah, I don't think grist is the winning line because they can just like strix towards it or something like that too.
hold on, I think they just kill Grist though, like on the first attack.
That's what I'm saying, right? They can just
Yeah,
like attack with
yeah,
grief. I don't think. I think we just pass here.
yeah.
That reanimate on our dorks is like, ironically enough, helping them.
It's so awkward that they reanimated your
Mm-hmm.
hierarchs.
It is, ironically enough.
Oh wow, they didn't want to attack with Angler.
Five. Yeah, I don't. Their attacks haven't made any sense. I think we just let that through.
Yeah, you can't really block it because you got double block that.
Yeah, I don't want to lose two things, or I don't even want to lose anything. Probably that. What am I doing here? Three. The irony here is the Atraxa is in our hand. We can't even artisan for it.
Yeah.
I think we just pass.
Uh,
Right? I don't think there's anything we can do.
you don't need a reason to get Grist.
And do what though? So if we get
Mm,
grist here, tick up. You want them to essentially the grist to gain life or what?
well, what's the other option? What are you gonna do? Like if you don't get Grist, and she's just gonna die next turn?
I guess. Yeah. No. I think you have a good point. I think you.
No, no, no. I mean, I'm just saying because like, what if you don't do that? What's the other option?
The other option is just flashback agent and then like rotate the arbor to block whatever they attack with. They might just attack with all though. That's the other problem.
But then you rotate into what? Another lanes?
You're right. Because essentially, it's similar to the old Korean Ranger trick, right? Where you just like block bounce with the reclaimer.
Uh-huh.
Uh, Whether that's good enough is a whole different animal, but
Okay, because I don't. I mean, I'm not familiar with this deck that much, but it seems like it's not a winning line.
that's fair. I think we can do that and just like plus here.
Hold on. Before you do that, hold on a sec. Cancel. Is there any reason to not cast the opposition agent now and then do the thing?
Um, in case it gets forced, you mean?
No, because you're gonna sack the arbor, right? Or you're gonna sack the reclaimer.
I was gonna select the reclaimer. I think we need the arbor.
Ah, okay. Well then, okay, then that doesn't matter then.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That my line was just to do it later, but I guess it could get double days or something like that.
Right. Because now they might just attack into Grist, I guess.
Right.
Eh,
Essentially, it's the life game. We just what we just did, right?
Yeah, but you can also flash opposition agent in the turn, so it makes Kratos make more mana.
Right. Guess we'll see what they do here.
So they have to attack with two creatures, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's well. Hold on a second. They're swinging Angler at you, so you can. Oh, actually, they're pretty smart, I guess. Okay, so I wouldn't worry about Grist, right?
No, definitely not.
Hopefully, this opposition agent resolves. Oh, they have Force Will.
Oof. I
Okay,
guess
you
that
can
was the
just
one reason to do it, right?
yeah. So you can take the Angler, just block the shadow.
Yeah, and not worry about the other stuff.
Right, you only taking six, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be kind of awkward if you hit okay and then just like zero on your life total.
Ugh.
Does-
What do we have here? I don't know if there's an out.
Uh, okay.
They have two blockers here. Ironically enough, Plague Engineer doesn't even work, even if we had it.
And they're both Druid? Oh no, one is Goblin Shaman, the other one
Yeah,
is
yeah, you
here.
can't even engineer them here, even if we had a main deck. Uh, all right, we just have to attack and then hope they don't block for whatever reason.
I don't know. Sounds like a for sure winning line.
I've actually had it happen where they for some reason didn't block. I think that they didn't like it. Granted, it was with the Allosaur Shepherd activation. I think they just forgot about it.
It makes
But
sense. A long time ago, I was reading a Sam Black article,
uh
and he talked about that, like, no, how you supposed to play correctly, even if it doesn't look like it's correct. So, like,
mhm
he was using like a draft example.
mhm
It was like, let's say your opponent's at two life, you have a 2/2, and they have like two blockers. They're like, no, 1 and 4, and like a 2/4.
mhm.
Like, you're still supposed to attack. What are you supposed to do? Just like concede? Like, no. So, no, there is a lot of situations that people like for some reason they fumble and you end up stealing a win.
No, no, I totally believe that for sure. I think here is how I would board. I keep because of the snuff out awkwardness. I'm forced to keep in natural order. I don't
Right.
think any of this other stuff is like worth it. Like I don't want Seize against a Tempo Witch deck.
Mm-mm.
There's like some merit for this guy's blessing,
I
but
don't think so.
I think this is fine, and just
Yeah, that
hope we don't draw
looking
a
at your
natural
stuff,
order
it looks good. Thought is more for combo, right?
and control. I think it's
Mm,
fine against control too.
okay.
Leyline.
Ley
I always
line.
think it's hilarious when people board in Leyline against me.
I think so too. Like, seems like they just took a mulligan.
That's exactly how I feel. Like if you want to bring in Leyline just because of the big, reclaimers and artisans, thank you for mulliganing against me. It was kind of unfortunate there. They seized the natural order before we got to cast it, but that is, you know, how this matchup plays out a lot. I think the more unfortunate thing was we. I think getting hit with that one turn with a wasteland plus snuff out or suck in snuff out, I should say, was what ultimately did us in. Uh, I think we just like vomit our hand, right?
You don't like to play the windswept. Oh, okay. Never mind. Never mind.
No, I didn't play it because I wanted to be an arbor down the road, but
Okay. I thought you want to attack with a arbor.
no, I don't think so. No, well, they play Underground Sea, so maybe that tells me they probably don't have what's called Shadow.
I mean, it's gonna work out about the same, right? It's just one less point of damage.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a good draw.
it is.
Oh, Fiend Artisan.
I know. I think that is a must counter now.
They turned off the reanimator. Nick Sama. Yeah, there you go. That's the line that won game one for them. That's a lot of triggers. Are
I
you play
know.
the Wings Gate, right?
Yeah, I do. I do. I was gonna do it afterwards,
Oh, okay.
in case it matters. Like they could theoretically engineer us here, which is awkward.
I mean, what are you gonna name? You have a split.
They're gonna name Goblin or Shaman.
Yeah. Okay. But mm,
Yeah, so that's heads up by them naming Shaman.
I mean, it seems okay for you still.
I think it still is because Gris is just gonna take over the game here.
Yeah.
I think we do it this way.
You just grab grist. What are you
Uh,
gonna sack?
I think I'm gonna sack Hierarch here, and the reasoning is in case I want any to block for some reason. Actually, I take
Are they more likely to just draw wasteland and well, I don't know.
yeah. I think the Hierarch actually for the could be more relevant. You're right.
I mean, I don't know. I'm just spitballing here, I guess. Don't get your own playing engineer.
Yeah, I don't think I care.
Oh, there you go. They drew a wasteland. Oh, hold on. Did I already
Yeah,
had
they
a
had it.
wasteland?
They had it already. They had it.
Sorry. Discord is not like 1080p, so sometimes I miss some of the things.
Actually, okay. I think I should have done that. I think I should have left the art. Well, they could just waste it. I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fair. Sure.
It's better than they do this on a bayou than
Oh my god.
Oh, that's kind of bad now.
It's not our day. It's not our day.
Wow.
Cannot believe I'm losing to this.
What's another creature that you can search with Fiend Artisan?
Uh, Ironically, I know that Leyline's annoying right now.
Yeah.
Even though it's not supposed to be, but it is at the moment. I can get my own engineer, I guess. Like that's kind of annoying for them.
Well, I mean, it blocks them, right?
It does, yeah.
Yeah, doesn't sound a terrible idea, no.
It trades one for one, which I don't love. I think actually endurance is actually better here. They
No,
could.
because I mean, what are you gonna do? You're just gonna block. Actually, no, I like the idea of playing Junior because it's another creature they can't snuff out,
That's true.
and you just name, I
Bird.
guess, for maybe.
No, they have
No,
birds that said this man, huh?
yeah, but let's say, hold on. Well,
In case they want to draw into something, right? Like the Strix dies.
well, they still draw though.
Yeah, but they don't lead the Strix, is what I'm saying.
Okay,
I think we follow Roguish. Very awkward game for us. I cannot believe we're losing to this person who
that's the
barely
one for
played any
Shaman,
game.
right? Yeah,
Huh?
I think you just let it resolve, I guess. I mean, not resolve
Uh,
like that. I mean, are you supposed to block here?
well, if we don't block, then they can just do it every turn, right? I feel like we're
Okay,
supposed to block here, right?
I don't know because what are you gonna do with Grist?
Oh, we just let it die, you mean?
Yeah, that's.
This is definitely really awkward.
Hmm.
I cannot believe I'm gonna lose with Fiend Artisan and Gris on the board to this hand.
Um,
Oof.
I guess once upon a time, see what you have first.
Actually, I don't think I want to do. Well,
Hey, you could attack. Oh, there's your Boseiju. No, that's what I was. I think maybe.
what?
Okay. No, you milled the Boseiju. I think would have been better to cast once upon a time first. But
Oh, so in case we need a Basage the ley line?
yeah.
I don't want to give them the satisfaction that that ley line is actually doing work.
Okay.
I think we probably should have blocked the turn before. Now that I think about it. Oh, oh shoot, I messed up. I'm supposed to fetch end step, but hopefully it doesn't matter here. It didn't. Oh, actually, what am I doing? Like, I needed to kill the Murktide, I think, because it's just gonna die
With
here anyways.
the
Huh?
grist. Yeah. Yep. Probably.
This is like really awkward. I usually don't lose to this kind of deck with Artisan out. I feel like we misplayed somewhere, and I'd be curious to see where.
I think them having double play engineer was really bad for you.
Yeah, usually the first entry just doesn't even matter, and then I think it's the fact that they had two was a little bit awkward. Sure,
Right.
maybe that's what it was.
Mm.
Maybe it doesn't matter. I feel like we have a jam here. Oh my god, we don't have fetchables.
Uh-oh.
Holy shoot, Jesus! How many wastelands did they have?
They drew two of them.
Oh my god, and they killed the arbor, I guess. Wow. Okay, that's very awkward. Uh, I feel like we're supposed to get the reclaimer then in this case. Just really awkward because if I paid attention, then we can leave the fetch for the reclaimer later on instead of being down land.
Mm-hmm.
Their hands have been just insane against us though. Hey, Joffin away.
Joffin away. What is that?
It's a ratchet bomb, I think.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh man. Okay.
It pains me so much to see them get. It's like the Breaking Bad meme of Jesse Pinkman, like they
Yeah.
can't keep getting away with this. I feel like I just lost to something the equivalent of somebody who boards in surgical extraction,
Like when I was playing Doomsday and people would bring ley line versus me.
and you lose to it, right? It just feels really bad.
Oh. I actually never lost to it, but
I think we're dead here. Uh,
yeah, you need to somehow make 4 mana.
I
That
mean,
was
we
not
we
happening.
actually could have done it too. We even drew the natural order. Oh, it's just really awkward. I'm just gonna drop. I don't think there's. I don't want to parent to other people who are 0 and 2.
Okay.
Thank you for the sub, Wumpus. Appreciate it. All right. I'm just gonna chalk that up to variance. I
I
don't. I
mean,
think that was the first time I've ever lost against Shadow when I resolved a Fiend Artisan. Fairy Macabre, I haven't had to use it yet, but it's been fine. The two matches, I drew it against Reanimator, and then I sent the screenshot against Cephalid Breakfast, right, in the Discord, Joff. How was the Boy Scout meeting, by the way?
well, it's Cub Scout, but
Oh,
it
sorry,
was
Cub Scouts.
yeah, he's not old enough. It was fun. We're gonna go camping the 28th of this month, I think. It was pretty fun. I'm not too much of a camper, but I do like camping. So 1 to 2 days is perfect for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you need to start.
Yeah.
I guess that's another piece of advice somebody gave me. Start watching like videos on how to coach little kids and how to go Cub Scouting, whatever. Like, I didn't know any of that stuff.
Our opponent, we I just played into them yesterday. They were my only loss. I went 4-1 in one of my leagues yesterday. They were on Sneak and Show. I don't know. Sneak players usually play basic non-snow island, so I don't know if that's gonna hold here, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
So, oh no, so it's Noble Hierarch. Then you play Shepherd, then Cradle, then Finn Artisan.
Yeah, we could do that, or I think that's better. That's the higher on average play than just trying to cheese a win with opposition agent.
Uh, I mean, that's also a pretty good one too, right?
You think so?
I think so because they need a second land to be able to do something, right?
They do, but if they go, well, let me
You also get to hold up like Boseiju in case they don't need to do it, right?
Hey Francisco, how's it going? Let me think. I feel like if they're a fair deck, and I feel like if they're a fair deck, I think I want the artisan.
Okay. So go Hierarch and Artisan.
Yeah. Or do you
Okay.
think we should go try for the cheese agent line? I feel like
Well,
if they just go fetch pass, it just like messes up our play, right?
then you can just do it now.
That's true. Oh, too late.
Like, yeah, yeah. Well, now we're deep in the Finn
Yeah,
Artisan
now
line.
we've committed to the other line, but that's a fair point. We just main phase opposition agent.
No, do you live close to where Francisco lives?
I believe not that close. So I believe Francisco is in. They just conceded. What is going on
Oh shit.
here? Yeah, I think in the blind I would go artisan, just like Joff in a way mentioned here on Twitch chat. I think for Francisco mentioned he lives in Tarzana, which
Uh-huh.
is like northwest of me. I think it's probably
Okay.
like 2 hours away almost.
2 hours.
Well, I live more inland. Let me see. Tarzana from Bray. Let me put this up in the Google Maps here.
I don't know. Where are you? I thought you were in LA, right?
I'm on like the east, like at the edge of LA, essentially.
Everything's falling far in SoCal.
Kind of. It's like pretty spaced out. Let's
Uh,
see. I just put it on the map. It says right now without traffic, it's about 1 hour, but that's because right
okay.
now there's no traffic, for what it's worth.
Well, you should go play. You should go. This whole question wasn't really to ask no that. It was just to tell you should go play pre-modern wherever Francisco plays pre-modern.
Oh, okay, that's fair. Yeah, I have those the baby on the way, but that aside, I do have those survivals, like, collecting dust.
There you go. Play elves or play the rock. The rock is basically what you're playing right now, but in pre-modern form, and it's
that,
very good now. So
that is true.
okay, well,
Brian Koval has joked that I have reinvented the rock in Legacy.
there you go. And you can play some elves there, like actual elves, not like no what you do now.
Right. This is not even elves anymore, as a lot of people would say. Are we? What are we putting them on?
I think there could be some kind of combo.
They could be like they conceded pretty early there. I feel like they may be on Sneak and Show, right? Based on
Yeah.
like I think if they were a fair deck, I'm not sure they would have conceded that early, but maybe I'm wrong. It's hard to say. I feel like Thoughtseize is pretty safe if they're on control or combo. I think Revoker, in case there aren't. I think Carpet is safe here. All right, let's just put them on Sneak and Show then.
Sounds
What am I bringing out?
sounds reasonable.
I think maybe a Manador.
Yeah, we might. I don't know if I don't even want to say because it sounds like it's for sure we're gonna go. But my son has been bugging me and my wife to go to the Nintendo World in Hollywood.
Oh yeah. If you come by, we can meet up.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like my inexplicable fear of flying might prevent me from doing this year,
Hmm.
but we really want to go down there. I haven't been to the West Coast, so that'd be kind of cool.
No, you gotta come out, man. I think I'm trying to visit you too once things settle down here. I know it didn't work out this past year because of the other things we talked about in the past. But
Yeah.
for sure, Francisco wants in on it too. See, all right, we're just trying to hit land drops here, I think.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'll come out and see if I can bring my pre-modern decks.
so I think here there's like two lines, right? Like you can either ramp turn one or seize. I don't want to accidentally just die.
No, I think it's Thoughtseize. No, it's
Yeah,
Thoughtseize, yeah.
yeah, yeah. I think if it was a control deck, I'd probably go ramp. I think we can take, yeah, because they are on what we thought they were
Oh,
on.
man.
Jesus.
So, oof. I guess, do you take sneak attack?
They're still like quite a while away from sneak attack. I wonder if we can take the show and tell to buy time. You know what I mean?
I mean,
Because
show and tell, they might show and tell your Atraxa into play.
that's true, but
I
like,
don't
are
know if I
we?
don't know if your creature can trump their creature, but you
I think the
don't think
lines
so?
were. I don't think we want to chance that. Like, because
Okay.
keep in mind, like, there's still at least two cards away.
Oh, you know what? Hold on a
Brainstorm.
second. Actually, Forgotten Orb just took the words out of my mouth before I could say. I think Brainstorm might be the card to take, actually. But
Interesting. Is it because you're thinking they have to force?
oh no, what do they do with the Ponder?
They've
They
shuffled. So they did not
yeah,
shuffle.
so they might not have the fatty on top of the deck. They don't have a fetch land, which is relevant, but like if they have to pitch show and tell to force a will, then they're left only with sneak attack. Yeah, I think Brainstorm might be the right choice here.
Yeah, because they have two enablers. That's fair.
Yeah,
We'll
I
try
think
it.
I think I, yeah, I think if they didn't shuffle, then you know that they have Emrakul or Gristlebrand on top of the deck. But in this case, I don't think they do.
But they didn't shuffle though. They okay. They interesting. Let's see if they pitch whatever they want to pitch here. I think we just ramp.
Yeah, right.
Like I think we ramp. If that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like here we're just threatening like a fast clock now. And they ramp like there's a chance we could just win with Atraxa, right?
Right. You can also because if you find what's the name, the Shepherd,
Right, exactly. Okay, so they
then
definitely
you
don't
just
have the threat, huh?
do not have Caracas.
No, I
I
couldn't.
don't.
It's just like so rare for the Caracas to actually work. But it might be worth it again if show and tell is popular.
This Francisco, this is sort of Maverick, not quite Maverick.
uh,
You just played the two creatures, right?
I think so.
And then attack.
Let's see if they force that. I guess they don't.
I mean, they might force this one. Yeah. So
Sure.
they remove the show and tell. Okay. So they only left with a sneak attack. All right. You might be able to win next turn, I guess.
Yeah, I think we're going for it regardless next turn.
Right. What's that? Do you guys think that in the new meta, going back to actual elves may be the way to go?
Uh, I think that is a two-part question, Francisco. I wrote this because Dukes, the Green Suns NF, owner of the website, right, asked me on this. I think initially in new meta games, like combo elves tends to be pretty decent because there's very little hate and um, what is the other thing? Not only is there very little hate, but people like to try their brews again that are not quite optimal, so to speak. Like people are playing. I've seen like Knitfit and all, and I mean I use that as an example, but like I see people playing a lot of lists that I don't think are quite optimal, and I think the Glimpse version, especially if you're like not super clean on your sequencing, can get more free wins. But I think in the long term, it's not where would personally want to be. My
So we
vote
just
is
natural order here and try to win.
yes. I think
Oh, it doesn't make doesn't make sense if you. I guess it makes sense for you to grab a arbor, right?
it does. It's just whether it's needed, right? Like, so that
I mean,
would
they
give
have.
us 2 extra damage, and we still have lethal regardless. Actually, no, we don't because there's only one land. So yeah, we have to get the arbor. This is a line that I like a lot. I think we have to play it in case they, daze it or something.
Wow, you're so good at math, Newton.
I mean, it's only because Baseju plus Sack Arbor plus 2 for Reclaimer.
Yeah,
Da,
you know, I was looking the other day and I could not find it, and I was very upset that I couldn't find it. I was trying to find the one time that you solved the Rubik's Cube on stream.
That's funny you mentioned that. I actually happen to have it right here. I can just like do it again if
Oh my gosh, you guys! No, hold on. Anybody that's here that has nothing, and like, I know this is Newton stream, but this is my part that I need to like hype this up. I thought it was fucking amazing. I'm just saying. I've never
Okay.
seen anybody solve a Rubik's Cube like that.
All right,
I mean,
let's.
I've seen like on a Netflix special, like no documentary, but I've never seen like someone that I know that does that.
That's pretty funny. Yeah, I can do it again. Would chat want me to do that? Maybe we can do it in parallel, right? We'll start this going, and then I can like solve this in real time. I'll bring this up to the camera to show that it's not like paid acting or whatever. Here's a Rubik's cube. It's pretty scrambled now. And then okay, we'll do this after the match because I am terrible
Okay.
at multitasking. Uh, can you bring your mic volume up? Yes. Let's keep this.
Can you get two Rubik's Cube and juggle them while you're solving and play a match of Legacy? Yes. Forgot Orb. That would be quite the feat. So the two, once upon a time, seem a little iffy, right?
Okay, 1 second.
You're
Is my
trying to mess with volume?
yeah, is my volume better now? I think I raised it up, but I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, this is a little bit iffy, but I think the rest of the hand seems fine, so that's why I kept.
Mm-hmm.
Oof, I thought I whiffed for a second.
Oh, okay.
This Once Upon a Time bug is just bugging me. Like, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, Romario. It's just
No.
it's just like a mess all the time. Like it like caused my computer to crash all the time. Like
Oh.
whenever you resize with Once Upon a Time,
Mm-hmm.
you're like in danger of like timing out, or not timing out, but like crashing the
The
client.
client.
Francisco, can you hear me better now? I think I raised it, but I'm not 100% sure.
Oh, I think this snap out's gonna be not
Dead.
playable in this game.
Yeah, I think this
But
stuff
it's
out's probably.
collector.
Ooh, I think it's the Tony Scapone deck.
It is. It is.
Luckily, most people who play the deck are not as good as Tony, so my record against him it tends to be a little bit better. Against Tony, I think like my win
Oh,
rate
they
against
go
this
for
deck
it.
is probably like it's got to be like 30% or something. Uh,
They didn't go for it. Hold on. Where did they play a Mox Chrome Mox if they're not gonna go for it?
I don't know.
Weird.
People do strange things. Sometimes they get rewarded for it too.
Okay, because if I see when I see Chrome Mox, I'm like, oh, well, they have it, and then
So the funny
this
thing here
person.
is this collector oof that you were bashing is somehow relevant now.
I didn't bash. I said the collector was gonna be very good. I said it was gonna be amazing. So this shepherd only pumps itself now.
That is correct.
Okay.
So the idea behind that is, Romario, if you're in a position where you can activate Shepherd for a bunch and they can't stop it, you're probably
Mhm.
already winning. Like
Okay.
it's usually it can close a game, but usually against something like Control where it matters more. Um,
So what do you Green Sun's here for?
so I think the line here is to try to find another cradle that does it. Ooh, Agent
Okay.
is pretty good too. So if I have that, that's 4, 6, 7, 8. I think that's lethal. It's always
Oh,
lethal. I'm not gonna count.
yeah, you just grab the hoof.
Yeah, it's always lethal, as they say.
It's always lethal.
So was it always okay? It was lethal, right? 23.
Yeah. Oh,
That's where
also like
go ahead.
if anything, like no, they wouldn't be able to tap
The ancient tomb,
the
right?
yeah ancient tomb. Yeah, fortunately, yeah, that guy's good too, I guess. And endurance doesn't do anything.
Yeah, endurance doesn't do
It's
anything.
so fucking easy. Yeah, it's easy as doing a Rubik's cube.
I know, which we're gonna do pretty soon. Pretty soon. What do I want?
Hold on, I think you like. Hold on, isn't? Oh no, Greece is not relevant, right?
The only scenario where Gris becomes relevant is if they're on the constructs plan. But I think if they want to play that kind of game, we're all for it.
Yeah, I don't think that's
I feel like this is
Is
more.
hold on, but hold on a second. Is Gris like at least better than Endurance? Because I don't think they interact with the graveyard at all, right?
They may have like one copy of like Cabal Ritual. I don't if even that.
Oh, they might have Passing Flames, I guess maybe. I don't know.
No, they definitely don't have passive flames. I
They
think
don't.
Gris could be better. There's also an argument for this is like another land, but I don't think we want to rely on that.
Yeah, you know what? That might be better actually, Newton, because I saw a list that Tony was playing that he played two Burning Wishes,
Uh huh.
and sometimes he would go for Passing Flames lines.
Really?
Yeah, but I mean, I could be. The thing is,
You're
who the
talking
hell
about with
knows
the
like what
bog,
he's
right?
doing right now? He changes his list like every other week, so like it's kind of hard for you
Are you talking about bog or are you talking about endurance?
No, no, the bog. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean
There's
at
a list like
minimum
no.
it's still another land that you can like sack to what is it called? To get a cradle or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
There is that. Yes, we are playing as Saga Storm. I think we keep this. It could be a little bit too slow, but I think the options here is like because otherwise we're on Thoughtseize or Bust, right? And I think this is a keep.
Yeah, this one we can find. Well, they're probably gonna have an answer to oof this time, right? So it's not a sure thing like it was before.
Right. They probably seize us turn one too. There you go.
Yeah.
That's the other thing why I don't really like to mulligan against discard decks because you look silly when you mull a five and then they like discard whatever you got, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think we have a turn three now. Our clock is slowed down by one, but we kind of expected this could happen.
Them thoughts in certain one. Yeah.
I mean, we have a turn three. Like, they're not cold to collect Joe, but it's like a big pain that you know what for them. Pass. I wonder if that's agent. I think we do that, and then we just bash for two.
Hopefully they don't do anything here.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Then we might just be dead.
That's 5 minutes, so that's enough to cast ad nauseum.
Yep. I think they only play one, but I could be wrong. Okay, I'm happy to see that. Although their sequencing is a little off to me. I think you should lead with the duress first.
I don't think they have anything.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Based on their sequencing is a little strange. All right.
Do,
Four
do
three.
you Once Upon a Time first?
Uh, Let me think about this. So probably
Are you trying to just kill them or trying to just get oof?
we can't kill them because we don't have lethal. It's like
Okay, well then
killing them.
you Once Upon a Time then, right?
No, for sure. Because then if we hit one of our hate bears, we tutor for the other one, right?
Oh,
Speaking
there
of
you go.
hitting
So
our
first
hate bears,
Revolter.
yeah. Speaking of hitting our hate bears,
Okay.
the
Uh
question here is like, what are we naming? Hey, Nico.
oh, Indigo. How you doing?
I feel like we
Uh
name the Wish Claw still, right?
yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, and then just let the oof take care of the mana rocks, I guess.
Right. Like we have double layer protection essentially.
And now, do you play this heat and just fetch for Arbor and then go get the thing?
Uh, Get the arbor and go get the thing. Like,
Oh no, you can't,
we
right?
have to
No,
play
you
the
can't.
cradle. We have to play the cradle. So
Yeah,
in
yeah.
here, I think we bash.
I mean, you can play. You can play. Well, not anymore.
What are you gonna say?
I was gonna say you could just play the land fetch for like a forest or bayou, and then tap the two creatures plus the land, and then activate the artisan
Oh, I see what you're
for
saying.
yeah. But no,
What
now
is
that
it?
you did that, I guess you have to play the second creator and
Yeah, I guess we could. I was for some reason I was thinking about the collector oof. I mean the not the opposition agent. But yeah, otherwise we can just tap them both and then. Uh,
what are you saying? Your microphone is slow. It's not low to me.
I think it's low for the chat. I don't know how to fix it unfortunately.
Okay. They have a dismember or something.
Yeah, they probably do. They always have it.
Oh, well, the good news they only have two cards in hand,
Yeah.
and you have a 3/3 artisan. Sounds okay to me. Not low to me. Okay, Inigo just needs to get a Q-tip and
Okay, I
get
will
all the wax off
lower.
his ears.
I will lower Romario a little bit here.
No, I think it's them.
Okay.
Or maybe it's Inigo's he's got hearing problems now.
I mentioned earlier that ooh, I like that.
Uh-huh. Can we green Sun's in for something sweet here? You can't lower me. So that's what, 5 mana?
6. So I think I agree with you. We could have saved our Cradle and had lethal this turn. Well, I guess we did the extra damage, right? Like,
I don't know. If you're gonna attack like that, isn't it better to just attack with
okay.
artisan? Or are you gonna
No, I'm
grab
gonna
something?
pitch. I'm gonna pitch. We want opposition agent.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yeah. Oh,
Prawn
that's like it
King.
was 6 mana too. It's not 5. Forgot that you can tap the ignoble.
This is a conversation that Inigo and I have had, by the way, where like you don't want um just one mana dork, sorry, one hate bear because you just assume that they're gonna be able to deal with it. Like it's nice to have
Mm-hmm.
a second thing that's not the same. Does that make sense? In this
Yay,
case,
we
three
won.
things, right? We have the revoker, the agent, and the collector roof. All right, just the way we planned it up, right? 2-0. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and solve this Rubik's cube just for you, Romario. All right, we'll start now.
Oh, hold on. I gotta find the stream here so I can watch you doing it.
Okay. Uh, and by no stretch of the imagination, man, some kind of genius or whatnot. It's just I just happened to learn how to do it like a while ago.
Whatever. Anybody that's watching news is just being modest. Is it okay? I guess. What's the strategy for those things? Because I usually just get frustrated with Rubik's cubes. I just started and I just don't finish.
I think for me, like I was able to solve one side on my own.
Uh huh.
The benefit of that, I think, is when you're able to do one side on your own, essentially you have less to learn for the rest, right? I couldn't get the rest on my own. I can't see it visually enough.
Mm-hmm.
But the benefit, like I said, of being able to do one side is I have less to remember to solve the rest, if that makes sense. So if you want to call it
Uh huh.
memorization or you want to call it just less to learn, right? Like
Right.
I don't have to worry about solving one side. So I don't have to worry about figuring out how to do one side. I can just remember the rest after the first side is solved, so to speak, right?
Okay. Well, that's interesting because I mean I was able to do one side a few times,
Mm-hmm.
but then I just get stuck trying to
Can you do one
solve the
side?
other ones.
Can you do one side consistently?
Uh, I think if I applied myself to try to do it, yeah.
I think if that's the case, then Ramar, I think you probably can use the tutorial because that's how I did it to solve the rest
Uh-huh.
because it's less to remember. That makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, one of the LGS here, they of course they sell those types of things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one time I had like some extra store credit instead of using to buy a pack of magic cards. I just bought like a Rubik's cube.
Uh-huh.
It might actually be around here in my office, and like I sometimes I'll just like mess with it, and I was able to get like one side done a few times, and I couldn't do the rest.
I think the last step is kind of tricky if I remember correctly when I learned how to do it. But
Hmm.
after that, it's like that's the only thing I think. Like if you can do one side, I think you can actually solve it. Like not that bad. Okay, I'm doing it a little bit slow here, but make sure. Okay, be patient with me, chat. I am almost there. It's this is
It's
the this is the
50. It's colder then and it's colder here. That's crazy.
say that again.
I said it's colder there than it's colder here.
Is it really? It's been raining here in California. All right,
Yeah, here was like 59 the whole day.
all right. Here is it for you, Romario. Again. Can you
Oh
see it?
wow, amazing!
So, hopefully that was cool for everyone.
I thought it was pretty sweet.
I think, like I said, Ramon, if you can do one side, like on your own. So I was, like I said, I can do one side before, and then I just read one
I'm
of the
just gonna.
instructions online. Granted, like it can be a lot to remember, but luckily I was younger at the time, so my memory wasn't as bad. I was able to learn. Actually, that's not even that's like half true, I guess, because I forgot how to do it, and then my wife bought one for me like I want to say months ago, and then I learned how to solve it again.
A
I think that's how
Rubik's.
it came up last time too.
So if I'm gonna go to the Nintendo World at Universal Studio in LA, what's a good place for me to stay that I'm not gonna get robbed or anything like that?
Interesting question. I think hotels are like reasonable in that area.
It's
Um,
North. It's North Hollywood.
like that area is not bad. Like it's not like North Hollywood area if you go there.
Okay.
Um, like yeah, I don't think that area is like bad or anything. If that makes
Okay.
sense. I can send you some places you can go in that area. Unfortunately, Disneyland is like on the other side of. It's like in Orange County, I guess, right? So it's like a little further away if you want to, take Daniel to Disneyland, but it's like an option, I guess. But it's like an hour out.
Oh no! If I'm flying over there, I'm definitely gonna go to Disney World too. I mean Disneyland too.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. I think you should. And if nothing else, like Disneyland is actually kind of close to where I am, so we can
Okay.
meet up there too. I think I lost to this person the other day. I don't remember what they were playing though. Ugh. I hate to keep hands where I don't have a one drop, so I'm gonna mull.
Yeah, this one doesn't seem very good, but
Yeah, I think this is a lot better. Okay. I think here I'm gonna do that, and the logic is I'm gonna fetch it out. They're gonna be a Moonstorm. I'm gonna regret. I think they were on a control deck to be honest, so I may regret doing what I just did right now.
I this I feel like I played against this person recently, but I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember too. I think I played against them recently. I don't think they were on Death and Taxes though. Yeah. Excuse me. I think here I'm gonna take the line that you mentioned. I'm just gonna play the fetch land.
Okay.
I don't know what they're on, but we'll see. I guess I feel like this might be the storyteller deck, but we'll see. We're kind of all in. If they have Terminus, we're screwed, but I don't think we can play around it here. That's actually not bad.
You just swing with the shepherd
So if we
or the
go ahead,
no, I guess you just swing with the shepherd, right?
we could, and then we can pump if that's what you're saying, right?
Yeah, that's 7 damage, right?
Mm-hmm. We'll swing with the shepherd, see what they do. Let's see if they block first of all. If we pump here, we can't endurance, so I think I want to do that and just like full on commit to the board here.
They might be playing the Death of Storyteller type of
I
deck.
think they are.
I was finally able to borrow some of that card.
Maybe they
I've been
sword
itching
this in
to play that
response. I don't
card.
think so though.
Oh,
Sure, I think that's fine.
yep, no Terminus. They might be a Supreme Verdict deck though.
I think they probably are, and we just have to hope like all of this stuff. I think we're all in already. You agree with that?
Oh no, no, no! I
No?
don't know about that. I don't think it matters though. Oh, no, don't you just attack with endurance? No, that's more damage, right?
Yeah, I think we swing with all, right?
Yeah.
This adds
They're about to.
four. The other one adds two.
Maybe just pump your team, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance we walk into Supreme Verdict here, but I think if they have Supreme Verdict, we're probably already losing. Or
I
you
don't
don't
know. I
you
think I would
agree
have
with
kept
that or
the.
no?
I think I would have kept the Reclaimer in my hand, but because
I
it's
guess
kind of irrelevant.
say that again.
I said Reclaimer being the board and not, it's kind of irrelevant, I think, but I don't know.
You don't think we're gonna lose anyways if they Supreme?
I feel like Reclaimer gave you like a chance because it would have been a 3/4 post sweeper.
Sure, sure. Now we're just
So
dead.
yeah, now it's very complicated because now they can just
Well, they could time this dragon for what it's worth, though.
yeah.
I feel like my opponent, and this is the problem sometimes, like kind of knew we are on a creature deck and kept just a Supreme Verdict hand, right? But it's weird
Well,
because they plowed the Shepherd. I don't know.
yeah. Yeah. Well, it was gonna be like 7 more damage, so they'll go to 2 life, which
Yeah,
makes
maybe
sense
they
for
just
them.
don't want that to happen.
Because again, you could just follow up with a Reclaimer, and they're dead if they don't have another.
Well, they could have just timeless dragon for what it's worth.
I know. Why did they do it? Crazy, huh?
I think they want to leave it force.
Yeah, they're probably just gonna. Yeah. Well, you get to do 2 damage this turn. No, yeah, 2 damage basically. Oh, they do only have like 3 cards in hand, but we kind of have like 0 cards in hand.
Yeah, you might be right though. Well, yeah, we're dead.
Oof.
Now we're dead.
I. Well, hang on a second. Oh, they did that. Okay, never mind.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Okay, the game's over.
Yeah, do you want? Should I concede?
I mean, you can keep playing, but I think this game is over.
We'll concede.
They are asking why the Revoker is 4 in the chat right now.
Just random.
Ah, yeah. You should point them to your Patreon.
That's a good point. So my opponent actually messaged me saying they tried to learn a deck, they couldn't figure out what the Revoker is for, and I just said it answers random cards like Sneak Attack, and it said it maps against non-blue decks. I said my Patreon also, like Romario hinted at, explains a lot of this. So Yeah, we just walked into the Supreme Verdict. They kind of, I think they knew what we were on, but we couldn't stop it. It's okay. The carpet I think is good. I think this feels like a Thoughtseize deck. You agree with that? Or Thoughtseize matchup?
Uh, I mean, I know you like Thoughtseizes versus Control. I guess. Yeah, I guess it's good. I like Endurance against Control. Just be able to cast a creature at the end of the turn, but I don't know if you're a fan of that.
I think it's fine. I think that's why I kind of like the Agent too. Like some of these control decks, they get crippled if you hit their fetch land. A lot of times I found that just like they lose the game on the spot if that happens.
Hmm. Yeah. No, yeah.
I think I like Siege just because like the information is pretty big. This is I think how
What
I like
again?
a board.
Which
Like
one?
again, go ahead.
No, you said something was pretty big.
I was gonna say against some of these like eight plow decks, so to speak. I think endurance like you end up losing tempo is my one of my issues with the card. I think it's like really
Pretty
iffy on
good.
this right
Yeah.
side.
There you go. Atraxa in their hand.
I think here we just want. I think we just take that shepherd. I think we just want creatures. Like we just expect the first two three things to die. Yep. Speaking right on cue, right?
Or maybe you get them with the
I know it
opposition
might
eight.
come up now.
Damn it. Oh, it's gonna happen.
Thank you for the follow, DJ House. It might draw a force if they, you know.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Sure.
Some new level of Dirtily.
The question here is like, do we do it or not? Probably
I
not,
don't
right? We just try to get
know.
them.
So we need to have a noble hierarchy in play to be able to cast that thing? I guess two? No, yeah, you need two. I don't have white mana and blue mana.
They're playing around it.
Are they?
I think so.
I think they're gonna do it now because they're gonna fetch off the after the rainstorm.
Maybe, yeah. For what it's worth, my opponent knows my list because they said they mentioned in the chat that they're trying to learn the deck. So it is something that could be on their mind. All right, now we get to get them. I think we might have lost it them the other day, but I could be wrong. Batterskull.
I need to put this in chat. Um, do they have three cards in hand? Oh, that's kind of good. What did they get? Did they get Cauldron Complete?
No, they got a Batterskull, which is kind of strange, but
Yeah,
I think we just hit this now, right? So they don't get any value.
probably. Can we beat Batterskull?
We can't. I don't know if we can beat this drawing multiple cards though.
Okay, yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, because you're gonna make another creature too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't think we want to mess around with that. I feel like we've lost this match already, and it's a little bit difficult because our opponent knows our list. But to be fair, that's also something you have to deal with if you expect your deck to be tier one or whatnot.
Right. Means your deck's doing well.
Right, right, right. Like fighting through hate is the difference between I would say a tier one and a tier two deck, which is why Delver, for instance, was tier zero or tier one for a long time because it can beat a lot of the other cards if that makes sense.
Right. Yep.
I think we're probably losing this. We're not drawing particularly well.
Mhm. Yeah, the game boss better skull too, right?
Yeah.
I bought the same art Atraxa that you hold in your hand now.
Did you really? This is
Yeah,
initial.
the Mail GS they oof, yeah, that's not looking very good. They
I think
they had that one and they had foils of the regular one, and I don't like foils, so I bought that one, not foil.
I think we just hit the batter skull now, right? Where we can.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I know they're not gonna waste value, so I let them do that in case they want to plus it or something.
Oh, I guess can can a natural warrior win? No, right?
No, I think we've already lost, unfortunately. Like I think Atraxa is one of the ways we reload, and not gonna happen here. I wonder if this matchup needs to be addressed. It
Um,
feels like, granted, we did draw kind of poorly, but I feel like it's not lining up well for us. Ugh.
oh man, you drew that too. Mm.
Yeah. No, I don't
Choke?
really like choke. Like,
Yeah, I mean, look at their board.
yeah, I don't think choke's the answer. Rarely
Yeah,
is.
and you go, I don't know. I think it's kind of gone the days that choke was like such a haymaker against blue-white control decks.
Yeah. The other problem with choke is 3 mana. Like that's like Grist territory already, right? Like, and Grist is a
Yeah.
much more flexible card. I think we just ignore it. I think we probably already lost, but that's okay. We This is maybe a matchup to keep in mind. I not sure how. Let's see how we boarded. Hey, Legacy Goblins.
Oh, Shark Typhoon. They just cast it? Oh
Yeah,
man.
I cannot imagine that's correct.
I think it is.
You think so?
Yeah, yeah. If you're ahead like this. I played some Shark Steel like in paper a few
Uh
times.
huh.
Yeah, if you do that, you're winning the game.
I feel like it's almost unnecessary. Right? I feel like you just want the extra card most of the time, but I could be wrong.
Is there anything you can green Sensina here that no, right?
I mean, I can green some for a grist and take that down, but the problem is like this, like ticks up, and then they just attack with everything.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're winning regardless. You know what I mean?
Right.
It just buys another turn.
They had so many germs. Mm. Should have brought your hand sanitizer.
I know. I was just gonna say that's a dad joke right there if I heard one myself.
Bring my Clorox.
Let me think about.
Actually, I'm gonna go use the restroom real quick.
Okay,
Well,
okay, that's fair.
I'm gonna
I
get
will
another
use
beer.
two actually. Now that I think about it, I had to use it, but then I didn't want to disappoint the chat here with the Rubik's cube. So I'll be right back, and then I'm gonna get water as well.
Magus for sure. Inigo, can you hold on? Are you gonna splash red for Magus? Oh my gosh, my poor trash can that's under my desk cannot take any more beer bottles. That means I have to stop being lazy and go throw the trash away. Magus for sure. Okay. Oh, you're playing Magus? Oh, that's cool.
All right, I am back. Oops.
Or Inigo's suggesting that you splash red.
Everything okay? Yeah, Inigo's a Moonstompy expert now. So I think one way that we could address this matchup potentially is we could play something like a Glimpse of Nature, because that's interaction on an axis that is harder for them in the sideboard, but can't really tutor for it. There is things like Under Mountain Adventure. I don't really want to play a 4-drop 5 with Green Sun, but or Reclaimer. There's a Monarch land. I forgot what it's called. Those are like some options.
Moloch. Moloch seems like really interesting too.
No. Monarch land. My mistake. I didn't enunciate like uh, fully here. Yeah, this. It's a good
Oh, that
one.
one. Mhm. Is Moloch something you thought about maybe? Oh
Uh,
man, I know what he's playing.
they always play combo, right? Like I feel
Yeah,
like
I was. Oh man, this is so weird because I was just about to. I was in the bathroom and me and him are supposed to stream together on Friday. He's gonna help me with a deck that he's probably playing right now, actually.
oh interesting. So this could be a
Yeah,
preview for Mario stream on Friday.
yeah. I This is the one deck that I've been racking my brain trying to figure out how to play, and it got to the point that I need someone to help me.
Mm. What is this person's name? I've only paired into them, and literally every single time I paired into them, they're on some kind of combo.
His name is Ben. He lives in New Mexico, I think he told me.
His
Really
name is
nice
what?
guy. Ben.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's. I mean, the last time we streamed, like, it was hilarious.
Interesting. Yeah, like I said, I don't really know the username. I just happened to pair it against him, and I've noticed because one time I think I paired into them, and they're like, "Oh, I really enjoy your content, right?" I'm like, and
Mhm.
usually it's not always the case, but usually when somebody says that to me, they're gonna turn one me, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah, that's. Or they say hello,
Uh,
good luck, and then just like, all right, oops, all spells.
right. Do I just activate the snuff out here?
uh, it's probably correct, right? Because
Ooh.
it's probably very good too. Yeah, your hand's very good to beat their
Yeah.
hands.
So the question here is, do we agent them or do we probably collect with them? I think that's safe, right?
Uh, Probably.
Right. I think agent like whatever they get, I think off or is the sagas gonna be shut off anyways?
In game one, it's pretty hard to stop to beat
Collector Oof, yeah.
Collect Roof. Unless Ben is playing a different list, but that's usually it's pretty hard. For anyone content enjoyers.
But yeah, they were very nice. And like I said, they said they enjoyed my content, and then I was like, uh oh, that's usually a sign that I'm gonna get turn one, and that's exactly what happened. Sure. I think I'm just gonna snuff out now, right? Save myself
I
some
don't.
life.
Oh, I don't. I think I would snuff out the bigger construct, but
I don't think we're losing the constructs, but I could be wrong.
I mean, most likely no. But is it, I think that the containment construct doesn't do a whole lot without the Riddlesmith guy,
Mm-hmm.
and the Riddlesmith guy doesn't do a whole lot when you have Collector Roof in play. So
That's a good point. I think ironically enough, this is bigger than that thing right now.
Now it is, yes. Unless it's just flash a artifact in play.
Right. I'm sure that exists somehow.
In 2023, they probably have an artifact that has flash and draws a card when it comes into play.
Probably, yeah. All right, that thing can attack. I think that's
Yeah.
fine. I don't think we care.
No, you can't block here, right?
So the funny, I think we have just enough of what we want to do here. Um, I'm just gonna pass. I think.
You don't play the shepherd?
No, I think we want an agent to stop whatever they're getting off the saga, right?
Okay.
And then we're gonna what is it called?
Is it? Yeah.
We're gonna
I mean, you can't use anything, right? The saga now is just like a +1/+1.
right, right, right. I suggested Inigo the land potential throne of the under or throne of whatever it's called. We can see their hand here. Echo, Ox, and Tomb. I think
Ah, he's trying Entomb. Oh, that's cool. Me and him talked about it last time,
Grid,
actually.
Ox, and Tomb. What am I getting here?
It doesn't literally doesn't matter.
It doesn't
You can get a
matter.
spell bomb for whatever reason.
Sure, I don't think it matters.
No. I'm gonna swing for 10.
I think the line here is we have to block one. It's just one of my block. Maybe the agent, right? Because that doesn't produce mana,
Yeah, and they're not gonna search anything after that anyways.
right?
Do you
I think
just grab a cradle now?
yeah. I think we just lethal now.
Yeah, just lethal seems like a good line.
That's true. Anytime you're winning the game, right?
Yeah.
All right, we just play everything out.
Oh no. Oh, you need. Oh, yeah, okay.
We have just enough.
Okay.
All right. Good to win that game one. I think Revoker here is nice. I don't think we want any of this other stuff.
No.
Engineer is pretty good. Actually, I don't think we want C's, right?
So what again?
I don't think we want C's in this matchup. Like they're kind of a creature combo deck.
Yeah.
I think this is how I would board Romario. What do you think?
Um. Fairy Macabre might have some applications.
You think? So? Actually, you're right. Like it can be
Because so
okay.
the containment construct, the cards actually hit the graveyard,
Mhm.
so you can always exile them before they get exiled for the construct.
That makes sense. And unlike Endurance, we're not down a card.
Right.
I think that's reasonable. I just don't like Thoughtseize in this kind of matchup because you just fall behind.
Yeah, Thoughtsis seems meh.
I don't think we can keep this hand.
Yeah, seems
It's too slow.
it doesn't do anything, right?
Not until it's too late.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oof.
Also doesn't really do it. Well, yeah, I don't think it does anything.
I mean, the Boseiju can kill something, I guess, but I don't know if it's good enough. Probably not.
Yeah, I don't think so. This is like very dicey to rely on the Beseiju. Like the best case scenario, it hits the Saga maybe.
If they have construct, they can't echo.
They that's true. And shuffle the Echo. Yeah. Yeah, I think
I mean,
that's pretty
that's
reasonable.
the same point of that's the same point as having the card I just mentioned, the Fairy Macabre. But then you don't lose a card, right? Because I mean,
Yeah.
you lose a card, but you don't lose two cards.
Do we go to four? Is the question here.
Mm,
This hand is pretty bad still.
I mean, can you win with 4? I guess I don't know.
I think we can. The problem is like I don't see. This is like a turn three. That's like way too slow. I think.
Yeah, yeah, it's very slow, yo.
Okay, I
That
think that's
seems
a lot
okay.
better. That's probably not turning on for a while. I think this is correct. Yeah. So Francisco, I do like that line. I just don't know if it's worth it for the endurance, right? Because you're losing a card. Okay. Speaking of which, they shuffled us, which is kind of nice.
Hmm.
Um,
Hold on. Why don't you exile the other? Hold on. You can. I should. I think you should exile the echo and the LED.
the Echo and the LED.
Yeah.
Just to turn off their nut draws or what?
Yeah. LED becomes like Black Lotus like soon. So, but the thing is that this deck doesn't have they don't play any rituals. So most likely this echo is not gonna do anything actually.
Hmm. Yeah, actually, Francisco brings up a good point, right? Very nice of them to undo our mulligan to four, right?
I know.
Not to mention we didn't even like waste our once upon a time if we'd happen to top deck it right now, like
Mm-hmm.
because the discard is kind of funny.
But the bad news is that you have Atraxa in your hand again.
It's the new Progenitus, right? It's got a rich history of being in our hand.
It's
Speaking of
got some
which.
big shoes to fill. Oh, and he drew the. You need to start playing blue in this deck.
I have actually a long time ago when I was like starting to get back into Magic. When I first picked up
One
this deck,
second.
I did play like Brainstorm Elves.
Francisco, did they really make it much better? Are you looking at the hand right now? The same hand I'm looking at? It's like Newton and drawing their uh, natural order targets. Name a more iconic duo.
I know, right? Literally, so I forget who it was. Maybe it was you, Ramar. Somebody mentioned every time I'm streaming, they watch me. It's literally every time. Progenitus was in hand, like when they tuned in. It might have been even Francisco too that mentioned it.
Maybe.
Like literally every single time. All right. I think here we just like oofed them, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
It feels like they have dismember, but I mean, I'm
No. Well, yeah, Dismember or Slaughter Pact.
right. Like turn two do nothing. That doesn't seem correct, but maybe it is. I don't know. If it was eight cast and they just like turn one land go, that's gotta be a dismember. I would probably leave with Fiend Artisan. I
So
so Inigo. The reason why I don't like discarding this matchup is because it's bad off of Echo and you don't actually get ahead on mana.
they make mana. Uh, what's going on?
I think they're missing color.
No, it's Dismember then.
Oh, it is okay. I guess that makes sense. I feel like that's a scenario we're kind of priced into the color group. If it was something like an eight cast, I think I'd leave with Artisan there. Sure.
Interesting.
I
I wonder
think
if it be misclicked. I know it is Dismember.
it is, but I think they messed up too because they gave us a chance to respond now.
No, but I mean they wouldn't give you it anyways, right?
No, I don't think so because like
Oh no, no, yeah, you're right, you're right,
I think they
right.
screwed up there,
Yeah, yeah, they did.
right? Because like they kill it and then they cast it and then they can retain priority sack the LED. I think they just
Right.
screwed up.
You're correct. Yeah, that was a small mistake, I guess.
Yeah, it was a
I mean,
small mistake, but ends up could matter now.
okay, so they're just gonna wheel again.
I mean, it could have been a lot worse, right? They could have the construct in play and just wheel for a million right now.
Oh, yeah, no, if they wheel with the construct in play, then it's
It's probably over, right?
just bananas.
Hmm. Ironically enough, this wheel here is helping us too.
Yeah, you don't have to have your Atraxa and moving hand.
I know, right? I think that that wheel might have helped us again.
Oh, okay.
That's problematic though.
Okay. See, if they had the dude in play, the containment construct,
Uh huh.
yeah, this game would have been over now. But now they're kind of gonna tread the water for a little bit.
I know we can get the oof. Actually, we could even have lethal depending how we play this out here.
Well, he's trying to find probably like an LED now.
Oh, there's an
Oh,
LED, unfortunately.
so if they find a
We need them to whiff though, Francisco. But there is a
well, they
chance.
also if they find a grape shot, I think they also kill you because they can grape shot in attack with the containment construct.
Oh, that's true.
So that's also something that could happen. I
They
mean, they
might.
also take him for 6, which is not nothing.
If they attack, they're dead though. I think we have lethal next turn.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, because he had 10 life. Oh, yeah, he might just kill and swing back then.
I have to do the math. It's possible we have lethal, but I have to count.
Oh,
Or maybe
uh,
short.
oh no, I think they could have hmm. I think they could have flashed back the ox
Oh yeah.
because they have 1, 2, 3, 4 cards in play that they can sack. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's why they attack first because they want to keep the artifacts in play.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I think an ox right here. We have unfortunately not enough.
Oh man, they almost forgot to tap the
Oh, the
Mox
Mox
before
bubble.
sacking LED. Yeah, I think if you get to untap, you just
Just
win, right?
I don't think it's lethal anymore. I think we still get the collector oof, right?
For sure.
But we're staring down potentially a lot of damage next turn. I think we just chump block one of them. That's fine, and then like plan for the following turn. If that makes sense.
Yeah, you can put 3 creatures in play next turn, right? If you don't draw
No more than
anything
that.
relevant.
I think we can like vomit our hand outside of the natural order.
Oh, that's right. You can pay the 2/1 drops, the Fina Artisan, and then tap for the Green Suns in it and grab a Collector Roof.
Actually, I think we can play not we can't play the Fiend Artisan, but we can play the other two one drops and then Green Sun for three. And then we can play everything but the Artisan and the Natural Order. That's pretty good. You can fetch for Arbor. Yep, definitely can.
Yeah.
I think if we do, all right, this actually matters. So if I get a creature, so one, two, they pay for themselves. That's yeah. I think my opponent just said that was a very heads up snuff out. I think we want the mana for sure. Uh, yes. The thing is kind of free. Agreed.
To grab the Arbor.
Yeah. But the problem is like, if I get the Arbor, it plus one. There's another way I can do it and then still get mana. Um, that's four, and I'll be off one. Actually, yeah, it's off by one, I think. So I can actually make better mana. Well, no, that's not right.
Well, you only have to block 1 creature next turn, right?
Yeah. Arbor is a nice chump. That is correct, Francisco. Hopefully they don't have the removal again. I think that would be the reason to play the Revoker there.
But what are you gonna name with Revoker?
Lion's Eye Diamond probably.
Mm-hmm.
Our opponent said what they said last night. They said they watch a lot of our content, so keep up the good work. So that's consistent with what I said earlier, right? Like giving me my flower, so to speak, but then killing me on turn one potentially.
Well, it's turn 4. We're still playing, so it's cool.
That's true. We got a fade removal here. Yeah, that's a good point. Francisco mentioning not cracking the bobble might have been a gravely mistake because you dig one deeper, right? Because from their perspective, they need an out to the collective. I think from our perspective, we probably could have played it a little bit better because we still had one extra mana there. Um, so I think we should have played the Revoker and the Collector Oof, and then we still want the Arbor. Well, I think we don't fetch the Arbor, and then I think we play the Bayou instead, and then chunk with the Reclaimer because that's the least needed thing here. Oh my god. All right, that's bad
Oh.
news for us.
Hmm.
So our mistake here, I think, might have cost
No, he's
us.
still fine though. He's gonna echo.
Is how is that fine?
They can't tap Ancient Tomb.
Oh, that's they just
So,
got 3 mana floating, but it's fair.
well, the thing is that this deck does not. It doesn't play rituals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we messed up. Like I said, we should have played the Revoker, and because we had one spare mana, and then not play the Arbor, play the Bayou, and then that would have cleanly just enough mana.
Oh, okay. So instead of fetching the Arbor, we just play 2 creatures.
Yeah, because we,
Mm.
we still could have done everything, and just have 2 layers of protection there.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
I should have thought about it more. I had it was on my mind, and then I just
But this is
let
game
go.
2, right?
Huh?
This is game 2.
Yes, this is game two.
Okay.
But that's what I mean by like there are scenarios where you don't want to fetch the arbor because of the exact sequencing
That just happened.
that we just mentioned here.
Okay. Well, now it gets complicated.
I'm pretty sure we're dead.
I think you have to kill the construct. Kill the construct. Kill the construct. I don't. Oh, hold on. Then you have to chump.
I mean, we kill the.
If you kill the construct, they probably just gonna have to pass the turn. Oh, not anymore. I think you had to do before the Riddlesmith ability resolved.
Why is that?
Because then they wouldn't have the grid going under the construct. That they would just discard a card.
Oh,
So like Riddlesmith by itself is just it's not card advantage.
yeah. Well, they can exile anyways, right?
No, not if the construct is not in play. But like now they can cast. They can still cast the grid. I mean, it's not like game changing there, but It could possibly be. They basically got a free card by doing what no they just did.
Yeah.
If you kill the containment construct in response, then oh, you just got a raiding party of 11 Bear Claymore.
Thank you for the raid, Bear Claymore.
So they're guessing something. I think they're kind of just dead to whatever you attack back, right?
I mean, I'm forced to block now, right?
Oh, you only had to block one of them, right? I know you're four. Never mind. You had to block two things.
Something else.
Okay. Well, if they don't find another echo, you'll be okay.
Did they whiff?
Oh, it equals two. Okay. Oh, they didn't make blue mana. Interesting.
I guess what makes me feel better is like, thank you for the follow, greatest virtue. Uh, we punted, but to be fair, we probably would have lost if they didn't punt first. So there is that. Like if they sequence properly and not like expose their construct there.
Mm-hmm.
Did they just not have grape shot? They're like so many cards deep in and still haven't seen it.
What are they gonna grab there?
It's a good question. They're only floating red too, for whatever that's worth. And
Yeah. Okay, this is what they're gonna do. They're gonna cast a gamble to grab grape shot, and then they're gonna miss it. Oh shit! That's what. No, they're not gonna do that.
it could be that.
Oh my gosh! If they get it, oh, they miss a grape shot. Okay.
Oh my god. All right, so Romario called it. I think we won. They're gonna attack
Oh,
with
they're gonna
both,
attack those two guys. Yeah,
and then we're gonna have lethal.
yeah.
So funny. Thank you, Bear Claymore. It has been. This has been a grind for sure. All right, now we just have straight up lethal, right?
Yeah, right. Because you just
Actually, there is one scenario that can screw us. I don't want to
what
speak
is
too
it?
soon. Take a guess.
Mm,
There is one scenario that can screw this all up.
oh, if you draw it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's something. It's definitely in the realm of possibility here.
Yeah. Knowing my luck too. They have three draws. I don't think it's relevant. Their draws because.
No, they're not gonna get a chance to use the cards that they just drew.
All right, there we go.
Yay!
Like they don't think they have force. Okay. What is the odds they're gonna have Mindbreak trap me? Probably low, right? I think I just like play it safe just in case. There's no reason to get cute here.
No,
Yeah.
absolutely not.
I don't think we're supposed to win this game. Like I said, we our opponent made a small mistake that was unfortunately very costly for them. Uh,
I mean, it was just not guaranteed either. By the way.
yeah. Our opponent said they messed up. They should have slaughter pack instead of dismember. I believe
That
that. That makes sense.
yeah, that matters because of
The
they
life
couldn't
gain.
have Nation Tomb there.
All right. Just very quick games here all around. Just two O's or one O two, yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it did. The mistake didn't end up hurting us. Their mistake ended up hurting them. I do think sucks to lose control. I have this saying that I'll be control when it matters, and unfortunately, I think I lost this person now the second time in however many days. What do you think of the control matchup for Mario?
Yeah, I think you need to work on that one.
It just seems like we don't have any cards, right? That's more I think the
No,
answer. Ironically
I did
enough,
not.
we beat three combo decks already though.
Yeah, yeah, no, you seem to be very well equipped to beat them,
What do you think
but
about
not.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm saying like yeah, though, like even looking back, like I don't think you could have changed anything to win that game.
Against the control player, you mean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think so either. I think it's just like it is what it is, right? We just.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is the best way to like maybe more grist? Maybe I don't think under mountain is like how you win that matchup because they have so many of these flyers like randomly.
Uh-huh.
So I'm not even sure like this monarch thing is even like the answer, right? Maybe just more grist or more like token generators.
Uh, Planeswalkers besides Gris, they're not good, right?
Um,
Like
my
5 mana Nissa or something like that.
no, I don't like those kind of cards. Like it gets forced and you just lose the game. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
5 mana is like a million.
Right.
I think
Okay.
it's better to play some of these enchantments that are harder to deal with. I mean, they have prismatic ending, but like they have to kind of save prismatic ending for Gris anyways.
Hmm.
Do you like Sylvan Library or Bitter Blossom as cards? Probably not Bitter Blossom, but Bitter Blossom does is kind of
The
hard to
Bitter
use.
Blossom, I tried a bunch of times to make it work in Legacy,
Hmm.
and the only times I liked was when I had like on turn two.
So bad top deck, you mean?
Yeah, and like a lot of games, like if you draw, I don't know, turn 5 or 6,
Hmm.
it's just too late. The life loss actually matters.
That makes sense. What about
So like if you can drop like on turn 2, then yeah, it's really good. Like you can kind of just ride it to victory. But then what? You're gonna play 4 of them? Like it's kind of.
That's fair. What about something like a library?
I mean, library is good, but I mean,
Or I guess a creature that is like interesting against that kind of deck is like a Godok Teague, but like it's kind of iffy, I think.
yeah, Teague. I like Teague like in the Night of the Reliquary decks because then you can find Karakas to protect it.
That's fair.
Um, Also, Teague was very relevant when Ant was a big part of the meta, right? But
Hmm.
nowadays, I don't know. I think Teague is just
Yeah, I think
not as
Teague is
good.
kind of like whatever's now.
I mean, I'm sure people can still win games like by casting Teague, but
Mm,
it's just one of those cards that did not age very well, I guess.
yeah, yeah, I feel you on that. It's a chance I'm supposed to lead with the basic
Arbor.
there, but I think it's fine.
Oh,
So do you think there is a good answer for these control decks? If it is, seems like we do need a little bit extra help there. I don't think it's like bad or anything, but I think
I mean, Shepherd's a very good card versus them, right? Because
it's like a little bit high variance in my opinion because like sometimes they just ignore it. They don't have the counter magic. They just like leave it alone and just like kill your mana. If that makes sense.
oh, are you just gonna jam Gris here?
I can't.
I think that's a good idea.
No, no,
Oh,
I
I'm
can't.
sorry.
I
Yeah, yeah,
can't.
yeah, Arbor. Yeah.
Uh, the question is like, do we play the Arbor? If we play the Arbor and dies, it's kind of bad.
Okay. Then just
So
play a fetch land then.
yeah, I think it's fetch land go because like we don't want them to swords the Arbor and suddenly we're like a turn off Gris again.
Mm-hmm.
If they tap out, it's a different story though. I don't think we want to draw it, so
Now it's Gris time, right?
Yeah, it's definitely grist time. It's just whether I want to play the Cradle here or not. I think I do.
You do?
I think so. Because then I can go next turn Arbor into natural order, right? They can get Wasteland here. I think if they do that, I'm fine with that. They want to waste the Cradle. Hmm. Interesting.
Oh, it's a good time to kill Elvish Reclaimer.
No, I think what's gonna happen is they're gonna like get the. I feel like they have Sajiri Steep.
Uh huh. I
If they
mean,
do
but
it
they're gonna
after
tap.
the what?
Yeah, yeah, no, you don't do it like you do in response. Yeah, of course. Now, do you just get Atraxa or do you get Hoof here?
I think the line here is I think the line here is to give Atraxa.
Hang on, hang on.
Oh,
Oh,
what's going on?
I was gonna say if you wait another turn, you could also just like Green Sun Zenith for Atraxa.
Did I have enough mana?
Next
Or
turn, I think so.
no, no, no. I think we had slam natural order there.
Okay.
Okay, we're getting another no. I think.
Another
Uh,
Cradle maybe.
it's possible we get another cradle, but Sage is like interesting to hold up too.
But I don't think they play anything that. Well, I guess
It could be Mirror Lage, but I don't think we actually care.
no.
I think the cradle is best. I think natural order is good here.
Uh huh.
Uh,
And then I don't think the creature matters, right? I no, they probably do matter, right? More mana.
yeah, I think the ignoble is the correct one.
You just play the ignoble.
Yeah, and then pass.
So now when they tap the reclaim, you just kill it.
Yes, I think so. Maybe they get a wasteland. I don't know. We have like a zillion mana now, so now it's possible they have a crop rotation and they can save the reclaimer, but I think we take
I
our
mean, if they
chances.
do that, it's fine.
They don't know about the snuff out, which is nice.
We should agree.
So they're gonna bounce that Atraxa. I don't think we care. Atraxa is essentially a dig through time for us, or double dig through time for us.
So the point here is, oh, okay.
Yeah, I think they know we're playing
But they know about the
conservatively.
natural order, right? So
Yeah, I also think they're giving us the benefit of the doubt that we're playing kind of conservatively. Like, there's no reason to rush the natural order. Like when we just like reload with Atraxa.
right. And if you draw a noble hierarchy, you can just kind of recast it.
I've actually cast it I think like 3 times total so far, which is pretty neat. I don't think a Shepherd is good. I don't think they're on blue.
No, no.
We definitely want the fourth snuff
I
out.
followed, yeah.
Revoker seems good here. I think they're like a Knight of the Reliquary potentially deck.
For sure.
Um,
Blade are good?
uh,
Or it's just like an endurance, maybe? I don't know.
I feel like the Engineer, like if they have an Arbor, it's good. If they don't, it's like probably pretty bad. I think an Endurance, that's also another Feast or Famine type card.
They could
Um,
have you know what? They could have a Minsk and Boot so you can name.
oh, Hamster.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually reasonable. I didn't think about that. I like the one to shunt block, and then I don't think this is a Force of Vigor matchup, even though these
Mm-hmm.
can have Mox Diamond. I think I like this. Thoughts?
I mean, it looks good, right?
Yep. Curious why they're on Yorion is the only thing.
Don't they usually play like some like strange decks?
They do. They do. Excuse me. This is pretty good. This is like insane card in this matchup. What do you think about Eternal Witness as a way to rebuy? Too slow, right?
Oh my gosh. Are you gonna start playing Nick Fit too?
All right. Good
Next
thing
thing
you
you know,
called
like,
me
oh,
out
what do you
on
think
that.
about Veteran Explorer and Cabal Therapy? I don't know, man. I think it's kind of
I agree with you. It's sketch. I think.
all right. Next time I start building some like Sylvan Plug deck, I'll recruit you to come help me. Seems like you're going that path, anyways.
No, it's probably the closest thing to Maverick, if anything, right now. It's like
I mean,
Maverick with
Maverick's
more
cool.
combo, if that makes sense.
I think Maverick's cool.
Oh,
Oh
I think
man, you're gonna get them.
I think so.
Oh, it's gonna
It's
happen. You can
gonna
even
be
like force
real
issue.
bad.
Oh man,
This is gonna be an insane blowout.
this is the stuff that makes dreams are made of.
This might be a concession on the spot. This is a devastating blowout.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yay. Wow, turn two win.
Turn two kill. Yeah, all right. That was something else. That's why we play opposition agent.
That card is pretty sweet.
So, so I didn't mean to cut you out earlier, Romario.
No, it's fine, man. You had to cast a opposition agent to win the game there.
It literally was. It's gonna get a concession right now. It's like a 3-for-1 almost in that situation because of the flagstones too.
All right.
All right.
It's two, yeah, two cards, and then you just you can just. I mean, I guess. Oh, there you go. That's fish doggery.
I know. Sorry, Fishnori. That was unfortunately I got you there live. I mentioned it, Romario, when I mentioned too. This could be a concession on the spot. Like this is. I apologize. My bad.
I would say that's not the first time that a opposition agent gets a concession on the spot. That card is like.
If it
I'm
comes,
sure I considered to opposition agents before too. So
I have conceded to opposition agent too. That card is nasty against some of these green decks.
if you're sorry, we'd stop doing that.
Good games, Fish Duggery. I also like that. I mean, we didn't get to see more of your deck, but then I think it's cool you always build these cool decks with Yorion in them. And then like definitely appreciate that from a green mage, obviously. Um,
Big Maverick.
yes, Big Maverick. Uh, Romario, like actually, I should close this. So we went 4-1. The loss to the stone, not stone blade. The
The
control
blue white.
player.
Yeah.
Let me close this real quick and then go to the collection. How would you change this list? You think? I think maybe we do have to, what is it called? Address that control matchup, so
Black
to speak.
misdirection. That's a good way to describe an opposition agent.
It is black misdirection. That is true. That was as was foretold, a potential game concession yielder, so to speak.
So I don't know. So Gris used to be your number one weapon to beat control, right?
It is, and that's why we're playing two. One of the many reasons why we play two Gris now. I think It's just too flexible. It deals with opposition agent, which is a scary card for us too. It
Hmm.
deals with like containment freeze, like just like random things. I think having a second copy for redundancy is good.
Hmm.
Also, the first against some of these white decks can be answered by prismatic ending, and that feels bad if they have it.
Hmm.
Uh, I mean, we could review that matchup, but it's not like at any point there was anything we could have done differently. I think, especially that game
No.
one, right? Like we just got blown out by Supreme Verdict.
Yeah, I mean, like you could have held the reclaimer, but I don't think it was gonna matter too much in the long run.
Yeah, like I don't
'Cause-
like yeah, because they had the timeless dragon that they could just do it to. Like so, I figured I was all
Correct.
in anyways, and just hope they don't have it.
Yeah, they could just like stonewall you.
But what do you think? Like, what did we play potentially in this matchup? I think the combo matchups felt very good,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the combination of having Thought and
and like all these random
opposition,
healers,
opposition agent, yeah, and oof.
and Revoker too.
You're right, right. No, that seems really good.
But yeah, I think like I don't think carpet is what we want against control, right? Like I think if anything choke, but then choke, like you said, it's not really a legacy card anymore.
No, I don't think it's. I don't think it's that good.
Do you think any of those like um what is it called supplemental product mechanics would be worth it, or or do the control decks play around that well with sharks and whatnot?
Say what? Say that again.
So the monarch or the initiative mechanic, is
Mm.
that something we
Hmm.
should like look into? So for instance, for those who don't know, there's Green Mountain. Sorry, what is it?
Under
Under.
no under yeah,
So there's
Mountaineer.
this right that
Under
can
the
be a control killer, but that's like a million mana. The other
I
one, I
think the
think
problem is that control decks can actually steal the thing back from you.
they can, right, which is a concern, right? Like especially against that staff deck, right? They have like all these token generators, especially with
Hmm.
sharks.
Yeah, or
So
the Wanderer Emperor or whatever.
mhm. the the other thing is like we can play something like a Glimpse of Nature, but it's like pretty awkward card with our deck, right?
Oh, you're gonna play what?
Glimpse of Nature.
Oh, okay, yeah. Uh,
It's still
like an
ancestral
elf
recall against
player,
some of these control decks.
like an elf player.
Like an L player, exactly. What
Yeah.
are your thoughts on that, Romario? I defer to you because like, the record be known when Romario jumped on the stream, we went 4-1 again. Like, Romario's my good luck charm.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to. I mean, I think Grist is the right way to do it, and Atraxa too, if you can get in play.
So
But
more grist, you're saying?
I don't know. Well, I mean, if you go to three Grist, isn't that too many?
I think the curve is like a little bit suspect, but it's not out of the question if that makes sense. It's just that I'm
Hmm.
a little bit scared because against Delver, for instance,
Hmm.
the way it maps currently against Delver, I'll show everybody. Like this is secret tech, I guess. This is how I map against Delver. Uh, it's actually hurt me that I revealed this is how I map because people kind of know this now and like play around it a little bit. But I
I
board
mean,
out
you
those
bring the
six,
endurances, right?
huh?
You bring the endurances and the snuff out.
I bring in the. This is what I'm bringing in. The endurances. I'm bringing in this.
Oh, carpet. Yeah.
The carpet as well. That's just for mapping reasons mostly, and then the engineer and then the snuff out.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
At seven
7.
six. Okay, you missed one. That was
I'm missing one. What am I missing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess I don't bring in the engineer, but I don't have to, right? It's like not a must or anything. Hey Veggie, 0624. Thank you for the follow, Electric Bob 31. So I guess I technically have 7 if I want to keep an engineer. Um, it's not ideal, but it's like playable, so
Mm-hmm.
to speak, right? This is
Yeah, I
also
think.
not ideal, but playable.
What engineer? No, it seems fine, right?
The guy's blessing.
A guy's blessing.
Yeah,
Hey, I don't know about that one.
yeah, it's not great, but it's playable. It
Okay.
cantrips.
It makes you might take in delirium off of
Right, right.
DRC again.
I've had to be relevant to take them off Delirium or Murtide region.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like the recommendation from Veggie is just to play a third grist. I mean, maybe that's it. What do you think?
Maybe just play third grist. Yeah, maybe.
The good thing about Grist is it's found off once upon a time. Like I can like tutor proactively with Fiend Artisan, and
Recent Zenith.
you can Xena for it. I think it sounds like that's the consensus. What do you think, Twitch chat? Obviously, Twitch chat is always right. Is that correct? Is that
Hmm.
what I'm hearing, Mario?
That's what I learned. Yes, absolutely.
For any doubters of Twitch chat, I have heard Twitch chat is always right, contrary to what is seen. Grist is poggers. So there is Electric Bot. Thank you for the follow, by the way. So
Oh,
I think
Geo,
that. Go ahead.
Jared is here too.
Say that again.
I said Geo, dude, Jared is here. He streams sometimes,
Oh, hey, Geodude Jared. So I think.
and he's extremely good at doing small talk. It's kind of like, no, you're pretty good at doing your Rubik's cube. He's pretty good at small talk.
That's funny. So I think the
Yeah.
cut is carpet, right? Like based on
Uh,
tonight. I think
I mean,
I think all this other stuff is like necessary, huh?
Carpet's so good against Delver though.
It is. It is. That's true. So what would be the
Mm,
cut? I think
maybe the fourth eight cast. I mean, not eight cast. I'm sorry, cast. Snuff out. I don't know why I said eight cast.
the
Snuff out.
fourth snuff out. I'm not sure. I like
It's,
putting free cards.
oh, okay.
Oh, the other reason why I
Hmm.
say this, Romaro, is because let me bring up. Actually, let's. I'm feeling very generous today. I'm just gonna straight up bring up my sideboard map straight from Patreon. So here is the sideboard map. It's a little bit outdated, as you can see, and if you notice some of these like other matchups, I kind of this is old. It has Boo the Balloon command, but like the point is like against some of these non-blue decks, it's like really weird mapping, and that's kind of why I need the stuff out. And like random cards are good against them. Oh, let me bring it back up in case people want to see. I used to play Turn the Earth Veggie 0624. It was kind of cool, especially against Painter, right? You could like stack your deck, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Guy's Blessing is just better, and I think Turn the Earth is a little bit different.
There's another one that they play. Hold on, they're playing pretty modern too. It's called Croson something.
What does it do?
Hold on a second. Cross. It might be the same thing as Turn the Earth. Croson Reclamation.
Frozen Reclamation. That oddly enough sounds familiar.
Yes, that one.
Oh, okay, so it's the original Turn the Earth. This is
So
in
Turn
three
the Earth.
modern, you said?
Turn the Earth. Turn the Earth is better. Okay,
Yeah.
because it was printed in 2023.
Yeah, it's a fire card, right? It's the
Wow. Okay. This is
it's
the power creep. Like no.
yeah. For those who don't know what Turn the Earth does,
You gain life too.
it's the
Wow.
uncommon endurance. Yeah. Also, this card is insane against Reanimator because they can't even thought seize it, or they can, but you can do it. You can still hold it up.
Right.
But yeah, I'm thinking cutting the carpet. I don't see any other cuts really. I mean, I joke actually that I can cut Goliath's Blessing because it's on everybody's radar now. So they're gonna play around it anyways. So maybe that's the cut.
There you go. Yeah, just got the guy's blessing. Put Grist in there.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
And then now I'm gonna see all the painter people who are happen to be in our chat to, relay the news. Right? Oh, Elves is cutting the Goliath's Blessing. It's time to go for the combo again.
Time to go farm Newton.
I know, right? Because I'm cutting the guy. It's funny because this card I cannot understate how good it is in this list, at least because I thought the painter matchup was like 30-70, like
Hmm.
before it, and now I feel like it's 80-20 the other way. Just because you're not gonna die to the combo, so you don't have to
Yeah.
walk into Fury, if that makes sense.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, never let them know your next move. As I say, I'm cutting God's Blessing. I'm gonna put it back in, right? Whatever they think, I'm gonna do the opposite.
Man, I played so much guy's blessing when it was in standard.
God's Blessing? Which
Yeah.
standard?
Like originally, like Weatherlight.
Oh wow, okay. So the original
Yeah.
God's Blessing set. I think
Yeah.
it got reprinted a couple of times. That's why, right? Into standard.
It did. It did. Yeah.
Okay.
So for a short period of time, Guy's Blessing and Oath of Druids were both in standard.
Hmm.
Uh, so yeah, basically, yeah, that's what you're doing.
Oh, that makes sense because you don't want to mill yourself, right? I'm assuming.
Yeah, so you can do it freely because then you just shuffle it back.
Right, right, right. That makes sense. I see
Mox
like.
Diamond was also in that standard too because it was in Stronghold.
Oh, jeez.
Uh, yeah, that yeah. I love playing standard back in the 90s.
I think the only time I played standard was what's it called? When I had to for actually that's not true. I played one FNM with Mono Black Devotion back in the day, like just because I
Oh
borrowed
yeah.
somebody's deck. It was really funny because they had it all foiled Japanese, and I had to ask the judge, oh, because I borrowed the deck, right? Oh, what did my cards
Mhm.
do? But the deck's so strong, it didn't matter, right? And then I played standard when companions were around. So I played like what's it called? The Rakdos cat oven deck, right? That was pretty fun. That's basically Wirewood plus symbiote. Sorry, Wirewood
I
plus
think I think
Bane.
I think the last time I played standard was in uh it was Guns of Tarkir, but I wasn't really playing standard just because there was a free PTQ to play.
Oh, I heard that standard block was really strong.
It was, but I just didn't like standard for me was mostly because of the social aspect of things.
Mm. That
Like
wasn't
I'd
the
go to
Siege Rhino, was it?
yes, it was.
It was,
And,
right?
it was cool though. I played in one PTQ and I played some other events. I had mono red build because I didn't want to like get invested into the format.
Mm-hmm.
But no, because there was an FNM. There was a store that I used to go here in Richmond. It was kind of like in the city, like in inner city of like Richmond,
Mm-hmm.
and it was pretty cool because like we had bars around it, like good restaurants and stuff. So like I'd go before the FNM, we'd go drink and eat, and then play FNM, and then after the FNM, we'd go drink again.
Oh, that's nice.
But when I stopped doing that, then I just didn't care about standard anymore because I was like, I'm not going to the FNM to play and drink, so I have any
Yeah,
reason
yeah,
to
yeah.
play. I wasn't I
Actually,
wasn't gonna play standard like on Moto. That I would just play Legacy.
that makes sense. Actually, at our LGS, we had people bringing in alcohol a few times. I know they're technically not supposed to, but as long as you don't, cause trouble, I guess. It was kind of
Right?
funny.
Yeah. Just yeah.
As long as
Yeah.
you do it responsibly.
I like some people think like maybe younger people think like that. It's very annoying to play against someone when they're drunk.
No, no, nobody got drunk. It's just like nice to have.
Right? No,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
saying it's cool if people like drink whatever they're playing,
Hmm.
but just don't do it too much.
Right, right, right. That makes sense.
It is it is not fun to play against someone when they're too sloshed.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Or just it's not fun to deal with anybody when they're sloshed. Forget playing,
No,
right?
no, no. Especially when you're not.
Right, especially when you're not. Right,
Yeah.
right.
When both of you are sloshed, then yeah, that's fine. But if one person is not, then it's not fun for that one person.
For sure, for sure. That makes sense. I think what are we doing here?
By the way, the one person that I met that I can drink a lot, and it didn't seem like he was too drunk, was Curran.
He does or does not?
He does. Like he had a crazy amount of alcohol the first day I met him.
Oh, it's funny you mentioned that. Okay, for those who don't know current Testacular, okay, he's on the Patreon article I did for the Fiend Artisan. Again, here's the
Yeah.
link for those of you who are curious. I mentioned him, but we have a running joke in my Discord that I think Sadra in my Discord mentioned that every time he's drunk, he top eights the Legacy Challenge. So
Yeah.
here's the Patreon button.
That's
So I'll bring it up right now. This is kind of funny.
but I also should say too, like Curran's like have you met him in person?
I have not. He wanted to meet up with me at the Oakland event. I think that's going on. I don't even know what's MP. What does that sound for? Or MXP. Like there's some
I
event
have
going on
no
in
idea.
Oakland for Legacy this event. This
No idea.
weekend. But this tournament here, he's finished seventh. He downed a Jaeger and was like half drunk during the tournament, and he top aided. Uh, and this one, he had 2 hours of sleep when he won first place, right before Initiative took over Legacy.
Jesus
He
Christ.
went he went 10-0 this tournament, and he was like I said, drunk as well. So some people joke that's his steroids, right?
Unbelievable because he had this thing that was called a tropical island,
Uh huh.
and it was basically like some kind of Long Island iced tea mixed type of thing, and he had like several of them. But Curran's also like again, I'm not very tall. I'm like only like 5'7" maybe.
Uh huh.
Curran's got to be like at least 6 feet tall, and
Hmm.
he's like He's
Oh, he's
just
6
he's
foot.
say what?
I didn't realize he was that tall.
Yeah, he's a very big man.
Good to know.
Yeah. So I'm sure he can put down a lot of alcohol more than I can.
No, that's good to know. Yeah, I was supposed to meet up with him if we met up. If he ever visited LA too, similar to you. But he asked me if I
Yeah.
was going to Oakland. I said, unfortunately, like with the situation right now. Actually, for those who don't know, what's it called? I'm expecting in 2 months, I guess. First baby. My wife is due then, so I know I talked to Romario a lot about it. So that's
I had to
part.
convince Newton not to name his kid Rofellos or Eldrame.
Thank you, God, Jared. Of course he's joking here, but like, it's funny because I think somebody mentioned. Actually, my wife mentioned that she liked the name. Shoot, it was one of the elves. Now I'm forgetting it. Let's look
That's
at
funny.
one of the elves' names she was okay with, and let's do a quick Scryfall, I guess.
Was it Eldrame?
It wasn't that. She was. Oh, I remember now. It was here. It was
Oh,
Marwin.
you did tell me actually. I remember now.
Yeah, it was this one, I think. So she was
Marwin?
okay with this name, but we ended up not going with this name. But
Hold on, Marwin?
yeah,
Hold
because
on,
I
did
told
she
you
knew it
what
was
the
an
name
elf?
was gonna be, huh?
Oh, look, she's holding a baby too.
Well, that is very fitting. I did not even realize that, but that is very fitting.
Newton, you guys still time to change it.
That's true. I'll bring this
She's
to my
not born
wife's
yet.
attention.
You haven't registered yet.
That's true. We have not changed it. There's still time.
It could be a middle name.
Obviously, the other one that's been joked around a lot is like naming the baby Isaac, right?
Oh, Isaac. Yeah. I like the original elves names. Like, I don't know.
Like
But
Marwin. Yeah, sure. Oops.
Marwin is a cool one, though. I didn't know that. That's a cool card. What's the name of the Azuri, right? Azuri is the one that the.
The old kill condition or what?
Yeah, yeah.
You're talking about
Uh,
Renegade Leader, right?
yeah. I mean, I remember the art from Scars of Mirrodin, but yeah.
Yeah, here's the Scar of the Mirror one.
There
I
you
own
go.
like three copies, I think.
Azuri is actually like an okay name. Like, it wouldn't. I wouldn't judge someone for naming Azuri. Like, Atraxa
Atraxa
has a
maybe
lot of
if
good
she
names.
was a female.
Yeah.
Proctologist.
Oh, I'm not even kidding, but years ago during the Callblade era in Standard,
Hmm.
so I was playing Callblade and I went to an event. My first round opponent, his name was Jace.
That's funny. Actually, I
Yes.
think that's kind of a common name though, because I've seen it like here and there. Uh,
I'm I know one, no, I know two other people that have the name Jace, but they're named because of the Planeswalker.
oh, are they really?
Yeah, there's a friend of mine here in Richmond that he named his first kid Jace.
That's funny.
Uh, and yeah, and then Marcus Evald.
Oh, did he really name his son
Well,
Jace?
I think is his kid's middle name.
Ah, okay, okay, that makes more
Yeah.
sense.
I think he said that he's got an English name, like Theodore, I think is his name.
Hmm.
And then I think middle name is Jace.
Yeah, Marcus is great. Like, I like to joke with Marcus that I'm like the anti Marcus because for those who don't know, Marcus Ewald, I would like to respond. This is a control mage at heart, right? Like, loves blue cards, loves to draw cards. Uh, doesn't really care what the win condition is. Ideally, there is no win condition. You just maybe deck your opponent. That's probably his
He just
style
wants
of
to
like
draw.
magic. But I'm the opposite, right? On my cards, I'll bring it up. I'm playing card disadvantage, right? Like Fiend Artisan, technically speaking, card disadvantage. Same thing with Natural Order. I'm the type of person that would love playing Enlightened Tutor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just wants to draw cards, and that's the opposite of what Newton likes to do.
Yeah, there's literally no more card draw in my deck.
I
There's
mean,
just
you could glimpse of nature, so
I did. I cut even Elvish Visionary. The only card draw now is, and it's technically not a card draw, because it gets around Hull Breacher and Narset is Atraxa now, right? Just to reload.
yeah, it's also happened to be like a 7 mana creature, right? That has 4 colors. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It just happens to be also a 7/7 flying life link, a bunch of all this stuff uh,
right,
on it as
it's
well.
it's a bit different than just drawing cards.
It is. It's really the natural order that's like the game. It's funny how I feel like the deck has been inverted now, right? Like your the the 4 mana stuff is the draw, and now the lower mana stuff is the payoff, right? The Fiend Artisan. It's almost like the deck
Hmm.
has been inverted.
Yeah.
So
Huh.
you, oh sorry, are you on board with this 3 Gris? Maybe that's just how you beat control. You just overload them.
I mean, it's probably okay. Gris is it's very good.
It is, yeah. I, I think the reason why it's good in this list and scares control opponents is because at any point, if there's a creature on the board, then you can just natural order for Atraxa, right? Or lethal. I guess both.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah. And then I guess a Revoker is still like a silver bullet, right? So
yeah, I think. I mean, okay. If this were you, Romario, what did you like or not like about tonight's? I guss 75, right? I think the main deck felt pretty
I didn't
good.
like that you kept drawing Atraxa.
Say that again.
I didn't like that you kept drawing Atraxa.
Unfortunately, that is unavoidable. I don't think that there's anything we could do about that, except maybe cut Atraxa. But I don't think that.
I don't know if you noticed, you only natural order for her one time.
I think that is accurate. Although to be fair, we would have natural ordered that other game, draw the other land, right? But so you think we should cut Atraxa? That's interesting.
I mean, no, I don't think you should cut it,
Mhm.
but I don't know.
So for
Uh,
what it's worth, Romario, I started keeping track of my matches again, and I think
mhm.
there's a lot of games. Maybe not this stream, but there's a lot of games Atraxa wins that no other card can really win. If that makes sense.
Mhm. I mean, she can definitely stabilize things, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I've had so many games against Delaware where like you don't even need a hoof, right? Just get attracted, they just cannot beat it. I mean, they can bounce it, but you probably draw a snuff and they lose, right?
Right. I mean, the fact that she has vigilance is like so good though.
Yeah, vigilance plus flying plus lifelink, that like combination of like keywords is just huge. No pun
Hmm.
intended.
I agree.
What do you think about yeah the sideboard? I think I think Revoker is probably okay. Like it was like relevant as a second oof almost today.
I think it's good.
You could
I,
bring it in
I
against
mean,
the Night Reliquary
it's
decks
like
too.
it's a silver bullet, right? So I think it's good.
Yeah, yeah, it's just a silver bullet. I think
Hmm.
you think you like the 3rd Gris
I think that one you probably have to play first to see if it's
just to
good or
get a
not.
feel, right?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I think right now you just kind of, without actually playing with the card, you don't know.
Right, right, right. That's fair. I do like that it's a creature, so like a lot of your starts, right? You can do like once upon a time and then maybe just see a Gris and maybe hope to ride that to victory, so to speak.
Hmm. I agree.
Okay. I don't want to take up too much of your time, Romaro. Again, your magic charm worked again tonight. We went 4-1 with you at the helm. Anybody you want me to raid in particular?
See, I don't think there's anybody streaming right now that I know.
Yeah, nobody I know really. Like, I mean, I follow, I guess, the Ham TV, but I don't really know them. There's Connor maybe.
That's Kyle. Kyle, he's local.
Okay, well, what's the Kyle's username?
He's the Ham TV. It's just. Oh no, let me copy and paste, I guess.
Oh, I have the Ham TV. I can rate. I
Yeah,
didn't realize that's Kyle.
yeah, it's Kyle Rose. He's like a. Oh, hold on a second. Do you know how? Hold on a second. I need to find this card so I can. Did you ever hear that story about the white ball lightning?
No, what is that? I know the green ball
So
lightning.
it's all because of it was because of Kyle Rose. There was a card in. Okay, that's the name of the card. Type this card, Waylay.
How do you spell that?
It's like Way, like WAY
Uh huh.
LAY. You can like look on Scryfall. Like I don't know if they can
Two
see
two
it, but
words or
you
one?
all together.
Okay, I don't think that's the right word. I just posted it in
Yeah,
the.
no, that is the right card.
That is the right card.
But go on
Okay.
Scryfall. Go on Scryfall. So I don't know if anybody that's watching it can still see it.
Okay, I'll Skyfall. Interesting. I did not realize this card existed.
Yeah, if you look it up, like Kyle Rose's name is probably the thing that's gonna come up.
Oh, you're
Okay,
talking
so the
about Google
way,
it, huh?
yeah, no, that's fine. But see how the card says, you make three, 2/2 white tokens, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the way they had at the time, like he would just cast at the end of the turn,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they changed the rule after that, so he could actually untap with the tokens in play and then attack.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. I see what you're saying. That's pretty
you
funny because you can't
you
do
know
this
how
anymore,
cards
right?
nowadays, like the cards that do that, they actually say like until at the end of your next turn
Oh,
is
yeah,
because they
yeah, yeah,
change.
yeah. So you can still do
Yeah,
this then.
yeah, but not that one. You can't do it anymore with that one.
You can't do it. Okay, the next cleanup because it's the same one. That makes sense. But you
Yeah.
used to be able to.
Yes. So
Uh,
they said it was like the white ball lightning.
oh, that's funny. I didn't even know that. What's the
Yeah.
green ball lightning called? I forgot.
I forgot. It's like a time shifted one, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's like a. It's the exact same thing but green.
Yeah. I forgot. I used to play some casual Magic here in Richmond, and there was a guy that used to all. He had a deck full of those things.
Okay, I guess
Uh,
it's not called lightning, but there's this
no,
one too. This is the
I
kind of
think it was
same
like some
thing.
kind of elemental actually, the green one. Uh,
That probably sounds right. Elemental, yeah. Let me
no,
see.
I can look it up for you. Oh, there you go. It's called Groundbreaker.
Groundbreaker. It's funny how we're bringing up these. There you go. This is yeah. This is the green ball lightning.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, but the
funny
white
too.
one, if you look up like Kyle Rose, like Waylay or something, you're gonna find like I think he won nationals in '98 or '99.
Uh huh.
Whenever that set was released, and I think he won with White Winnie. And yeah, he lives in Richmond. But you barely see him because I think he only plays online. So
I guess yeah. I can go ahead and raid Kyle then. I didn't realize that's. I don't really watch the MTV. I just aware that he's like, pretty big in arena. So I'll go ahead and raid him.
he's a very good Magic player.
I believe that. I just
Yeah,
like I said, I don't watch him too much, but I know about
right.
his reputation.
Yeah.
All right, I will go ahead. I'm on the way to rating. Thank you everyone for dropping by tonight. Here are my socials again, and again, if you haven't, make sure to check out my article on Fiend Artist. It is publicly available to everyone. If you enjoy like theory crafting and whatnot, it's not really an elf article for those of you who are curious. Like I'll bring it up again real quickly before the raid goes through. Uh, it's really just about it's the deck building article, and then I talk about like the constraints of Fiend Artist and whatnot. All right. That said, thank you everybody. Thank you Romario again for coming through, and I'm rating Ham TV right now.